You're listening to the Snark Tank Podcast. I'm a woman speaking, so you know you're in a safe place. Consider supporting this illegal diamond mining operation over at patreon.com/thesnarktank for as little as $1 a month for early access to weekly episodes. Okay, go away now.
Hey, look, it's a little dead meme.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Snark Tank Podcast, episode 8, I think, maybe. I'm Chris Raygun.
I'm Tom Sweeney, and that was fucking putrid.
I'm Derrick Blackman. How you doing, guys? Love you.
I just want to get into some stuff quickly before we get into the normal episode. Just a quick correction. I know that I totally forgot to mention all the $10 patrons last time. Whoops. Sorry. This is a mess of a show, and it's very easy to get sidetracked. And we just completely blanked. That won't happen again.
This is retroactive.
It won't slip my mind. And if it does happen, you have my permission to kill me.
Don't kill us though. I don't really want to die because
all
of
of
that.
us. You have permission to kill all of us. If I don't,
Chris,
if
Chris,
I
pace
forget,
pace yourself. Okay. You need to slow your roll.
And last episode we asked you guys to decide amongst yourselves what you'd like to be called, and honestly, the results were fucking atrocious.
I forgot about that.
I read some of them, and it was like Snark tankers. What the fuck?
That sounds like a fucking monster.
The Snark infantry, kill yourselves.
Snark
And just cunts was one of them.
The cunts, I like that.
I like it. I like that so far.
I saw one. There was only one that I saw that I kind of liked, which was a Snarkoleptic, which I thought was kind of funny.
That's pretty good.
Snarkoleptic.
The cunts sound good though, but Snarkoleptic is going to be more easier to put on.
So we got a couple of topics to go through today. I think just based on what's been going on, we could talk about the Grammys. I don't know how much we want to talk about that. We could talk about Star Wars, which we've been meaning to get to for months.
I have fucking ounces of things to talk about.
There's a lot.
Ounces.
We've been meaning to talk about Star Wars, I think, since literally the first episode, and then we just get sidetracked about conversations about furries ruining werewolves and shit.
Oh yeah,
They took them from me.
Anyway, let's not do it again.
But they really did ruin them, though.
Let's not do this again.
Okay, I'm just saying, guys. Y'all know what I mean.
You're such a shithead.
I don't care.
But I think the main thing that I kind of thought was the most pressing and the most interesting and the most recent was this shit about Amber Heard. Have you heard about this?
I've heard. I was gonna do research when at night to find out what's going on. You have a grasp of what's going on?
It's fucking crazy.
Apparently.
So Amber Heard is an actress. She's like, I don't know. She was in Aquaman. I forget who she played. I didn't watch it.
I thought it was Mira.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see the movie.
It was fine.
Who was Jason Momoa?
He was
fucking-
Aquaman's dad.
No,
he was Aquaman.
I was like, wait.
Are you sure he was?
I was like, wait. I need to watch that shit again.
I don't know. She was, I guess, in a relationship with Johnny Depp for a while. And if you guys remember a while back, there was like this big social media firestorm around Johnny Depp still getting roles in Hollywood because he allegedly abused Amber Heard. But it turns out...
Plot twist.
Yeah, plot twist.
Yeah.
Uno reverse card. There's like a bunch of new tapes that came out. I don't know who the fuck recorded this. I guess
that's the
Johnny?
thing.
A fucking hero.
I don't know who got him, but like all the tapes are just like, they show pretty clearly that Amber Heard is actually insane. Like the shit that she says in those tapes. Have you heard some of the shit that she
I
says?
only
she's
saw
the aggressor.
I saved it in my my files to
Yeah.
I need to get to this later. I heard like 10 seconds and I was like, oh, I'll hear it tonight.
It's fucking crazy.
I'll be back. Don't worry.
It's just her spouting all the shit. It's like, I can change, and like, I can't promise it won't get physical again, and like, just crazy shit.
Fucking crazy.
Dude, she cut his fucking finger off.
Yeah, that really happened, bro. Like, that's not a fucking joke.
That is insane.
That bitch made him lose the job as fucking Captain Jack Sparrow.
Did she really?
Yeah, he's not Captain Jack Sparrow anymore.
Is it because of her?
I think it might have been because of the bullshit he got tethered to with that.
Wait,
Wow,
wait,
what a
can
bitch.
we back up? She cut his finger off.
I don't know about off. She
Like,
damaged
oh,
his
sliced
finger.
his finger, okay.
She damaged his finger like crazy. There's like an interview while he's I think he's in costume in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and some kid asks, "Oh, what happened to your finger?" And he's like, "Oh, I got hungry and I bit it off." He's like playing it. He's like playing it off,
damn.
and then it's like in retrospect, it's so sad. It's so fucked.
Damn.
And he lost that job because of her. That's
Yeah, I think that's
fucked.
because of that.
There's so much. I mean, a lot of people do messed up pranks of showing the difference of domestic abuse, like versus like a guy on a girl versus a girl on a guy. They'll do like stuff. They'll set up scenarios like that, and then it's always a joke when the girl is like whooping the dude's ass in public or whatever.
But that shit happens, bro. That shit is like,
That's some real shit. And
That's
then,
a first world fucking problem from dude. I literally experienced that before, and it's super fucked up because like, if you hit me, I just want to hit you back.
Yeah, of course.
Like even my parents, when I get hit, I'm like, oh man, I wish I'm not fucking ballsy enough, but you know what, man, I'm gonna get out of here. But it's like it's fucking terrible, and for him to get his fucking career fucked up about that, domestic abuse is terrible on both sides. But you can't just let someone beat on you. Even for a woman's side. Like, if a man's beating on you, yo, fucking hit him with a pan or some shit.
Yeah, well,
like,
I mean,
fucking Looney Tunes the motherfucker. Like,
fucking drop an anvil on him.
it just becomes the Animaniac.
the damage that would happen if an anvil hit you would be fucking hilarious. Because it would just be, your body would just shoot away from an anvil.
For the longest time, I didn't know anvils were real things. I thought they were just like cartoon things.
I didn't see one until I was in like well into high school.
Yeah, but they're real.
Yeah, very real.
I mean, you
like
use
the
them for
swords.
smithing.
Yeah,
right.
swords, right? Like swords
Yeah,
like
like you lay it on like the iron and then you pound your sword out.
Dude, I swear to God, I just didn't know that for like the longest time. I thought it was just this fake cartoon invention.
No,
like
they're real.
Like how Acme was like this fake company.
It was fake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
Well, I mean,
Well,
was it?
I don't know.
I think so. All right,
I think it might have been real.
I don't have enough
No way,
knowledge.
it's
I can't
real.
even-
I think
It might
Acme
be.
Acme is a chain of supermarkets. I know
I think that might be real, yeah.
but like the Acme
How you
company
get
that
everything
Souls
from
anvils
it, that sells
and fucking explode everything violent.
Everything
Used violently. The fucking Looney Tunes guy.
I don't know, man. This whole thing is just depressing, honestly, because it's like I know so many dudes who have stories like this, and they just don't say shit because nobody cares.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think women would be like fucking awestruck by how common this kind of story is.
It's very common.
actually. It's hilarious.
Domestic abuse exists very prevalently in both sexes. Like,
Yeah.
it's a real, very real thing.
It's like super wild.
No, absolutely. And the thing is though, people don't discuss it amongst themselves. So if you're an abusive dude, you're not telling your dude bro homies. You're like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I slapped the shit out of my wife. You know,
Pushed her in her fucking mouth last night. It's fucking
bro.
righteous.
Cheers.
Fucking the 90s.
But no, like, so, and then the women, they're not doing that either. Usually it's, they're hanging out with their girls and they're not talking about, oh, I manipulate, I did this, I did that. It's usually they're just talking about whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It's very, very kept secret. And so when this shit comes out, it's so shocking. And you're like, oh man, there's a lot of examples. You have that into the spectrum, and then you have something amazing, something that I always refer back to is Mel Gibson. And just screaming his ass off. He's so angry that he's breathing like an anime character. He's like, you know, no one breathes like that, right?
Yeah.
But he's on the phone like, you should just fucking smile and blow me.
He went
I was like,
fucking
whoa.
He's authentically
Mel
insane.
Gibson is fucking terrifying. That dude scares the living fuck out of me.
And you know what's crazy? the amount he's still doing his thing.
He disappeared,
even though
though.
well, I mean, he still produces movies. He's still and the thing is, he's untouchable because he went on a rant about Jews, right? Like he did the whole thing with the cops. I don't know if you remember that. He got pulled over by a cop and then he went on a rant about they're like the problems and they're the one, so it was like, oh, anti-Semitism, holy crap.
Yeah, he's literally an anti-Semite.
Yeah, and then in that rant with his ex-girlfriend, whoever that chick was, I don't know if it was his wife or, he says, and I'm just gonna censor it. He says like, "I hope you get R-worded by a pack of N-words."
Yeah.
By a pack,
Like you roll in packs.
like
wolves.
like they're wolves. I was just like, oh my god! And then this guy's still
Like
fighting.
like when Charlie Sheen said it to his wife. That was the realest moment I've ever
what'd he say?
heard.
What'd he say?
Called his wife an N-word. He just said it to her. He's like, listen here, he just said it. And I was like, yo,
Like he's
I'm
fucking
not
Hulk
even
Hogan.
mad at you. Like, I'm not even mad at what you said. Because you said it to a white woman. Like, that is the anti of a black man. It's a white woman.
Yeah.
And he just called her that. And I was like, he knows this, like, he just uses it for non-racist means. He's like, I just want to hurt somebody.
Yeah,
What word is powerful?
he just wants to hurt a person.
Like, he's not racist. He just wants to hurt people.
Yeah.
That's it. He's just a villain.
And he knows that's the word. This is the word of power.
Like, if you fucking go to the fucking mountaintop and you find this thing in a fucking chest and you gotta open it and you take it out and it says the N-word, we'll destroy all enemies. It's like, yes, I got it, finally.
it really is like the Hiroshima of all discussion, like conversation
In American
enders.
language,
oh,
yeah,
100%.
it's definitely the strongest one.
Yeah, there's nothing to say after that.
It's because if you're arguing with somebody and they use that against you, you're just not safe anymore. Like your fucking feeling is like, oh, I gotta get out of here. This person's a fucking maniac. He called me the N-word, and I'm a fucking British woman.
That and also it's just like it's so
ignorant.
It's like a siren. It's like the second that word goes off, it's like everybody's looking around. People who are hyped up want to get into shit, and then like a fight. Even if they're literally just saying the word for no reason other than just like, here's this word, you know?
Yeah.
Like people will gather and fight.
Yes.
It might not even be the people who started it.
Oh, real.
But someone will fight. It's amazing.
I've seen a video of that in Central Park.
What?
That happened. Like somebody said the N-word to another person, and then a third party got involved because it was said to fight the dude. Because that's how how powerful that word is.
Volatile, dude.
You know, I was just thinking of something real quick. So there was, in the first God of War game, Kratos finally gets a hold of Pandora's box, and when he's like sliding it open, I'm just envisioning just the N-word just pops up, and then that's when he starts to grow and gain all of his power.
Yes,
like that's how I feel. Like when people have it on the tip of their tongue, they feel like that.
Yeah,
because they know it's going down.
You ever seen the anime where like the anime meme where like the guy unsheaths the sword and it's the N? It says
oh,
N.
Yes.
And it's like white kids when they're losing arguments on Xbox Live because it's true.
I thought you were gonna say the Dragon Ball Super line where it's like, don't shoot, this man is not black.
Shit was so fucking priceless.
Funimation did that on purpose.
Yeah, they were like, this is a problem.
Like, this is gold. We can word this in any way we want to, but we're gonna say, oh, it's Goku black. We're not gonna say this man is not Goku black. We're gonna say, don't shoot, this man is not black. That is just sure.
They knew. They know.
And then they can obviously plead ignorance and be like, oh no, we're just
it's a translation.
Like, no, they don't have to plead ignorance at all. What they do is like, hey, listen, people get mad when we change shit, so it's a direct translation, man. Here's what you got. You wanted this, here you go.
Oh, look, I told you this before. There's another fucking funny story. So I used to watch Yu-Gi-Oh when I was younger, and in Japan, Dark Magician is named Black Magician. So eventually I was like, well, his name is Black Magician. And then later on, they made a Black Dark Magician. So he was the Black Magician. And I was like, oh, shit. They know exactly what they're doing. They just made him a black man.
That's hilarious.
They dressed him in purple and he was evil. He was just a Black Dark Magician. I was wow, look at that.
That's awesome.
I remember the Dark Magician. The Dark Magician.
My favorite joke when I was a kid, when I first found out, this is when I first started finding horrible shit funny, was that a friend of mine, we were like looking at all the Yu-Gi-Oh cards for some reason. I think we were like photoshopping him or something. And like, he was like, oh, look, it's Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's like more like Blue Eyes White Supremacist.
That's such a powerful joke at the time. Like when I was little, if I heard that, I would have broke down.
Dude, in seventh grade, that was hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
That was the funniest thing anyone has ever heard.
It's still pretty funny.
It's still not bad, honestly.
Dude, one of the best.
It's only worse because Yu-Gi-Oh itself has faded.
Yeah, that's true.
One of the best. I watched like a myriad of YouTube poops, and one of the best ones. I can't remember who made it. It might have been these guys, My Way Entertainment, because they've done a few like Power Ranger dubs and stuff. So maybe someone took their. I don't know. That's not the point. But so Tommy, when he was the White Ranger, there was a song that would play. And it would go, White Ranger, Tiger Power. And then it would just like repeat it. So then, of course, that YouTube group just cut out all the stuff in the middle. And it's just going, White Power. And it's just like keeps going like all passionate. And it just, I lost my shit.
One of my favorite images on the internet is the one of all the Power Rangers. And it's like red power, green power, blue power, and then it just shows the White Ranger. He's like, well, hi. This is the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. How the hell did we get here from domestic violence?
Wait. I think I have one more. Let me think about racist innuendos that I thought of. There's at least one more in my mind. I know.
How did we get here?
Wait, there's one more. Wait, what was it?
Good Lord, we can't talk about anything without it like somehow diverging back into the N-word.
I mean, not me.
You specifically.
What do you mean?
I mean,
you hear that knowing giggle? You hear that knowing giggle?
What are you talking about?
So before this goes any more off the rails, we're going to get ourselves back on track here with a question from one of our patrons over at patreon.com/the Snark Tank.
Yeah.
His name's James Passmore. He wrote in. He said, "What is the most tragic age to die?"
Would it be real? Want me to be really real?
What do you mean?
9.
9?
Because you ain't shit. You just living through the worst parts of your life and then you die before it starts to get any better. Before you even reach the decade.
Yeah, that's like
That just sucks.
that's like just to the point where you're like kind of a person.
No, you're starting to develop your own real ideas and then you die. And you don't even understand what life or death is yet. You just got to stop.
That would be pretty tragic.
Yeah.
I'm going to go a little bit older, and I'm going to say like 13, 14, because you also, your hormones are starting to develop. And now you want the sweet loving, and then you don't get it. Like imagine like you get shot in the face right before like you're about to get your first like something was about to happen.
Yeah.
Or, or whatever.
Like you meet some girl on Snapchat and you meet in an alleyway and then they just kill you.
And then they just kill you.
That'd be pretty terrible.
God, could you imagine?
The entire scenario.
Some
so
girl
wrong.
sends you a TikTok, you send her a TikTok back, you meet up, and then you get your head blown off. That's it. No, you're not shot in the head, you get shot in the chest or something like that, and you bleed out. And you're like, oh man, I didn't get to see tits.
Yeah, that's
You
the thing
just
you're
die.
saying. That's what you're saying. You're not screaming and crying for your mom.
Oh, no.
Nah, not at all.
Yeah,
Not at
sure,
all.
yeah.
I'm not a bitch. Look at
Yeah, I mean, I think I would agree with Derrick. I think like early teens is
Early
probably the
teens.
worst time.
But
Because
they're
like
the-
9, you're like, I don't even remember when I was 9.
But
you know?
that's the worst form of human though. It's that early teens.
Right, exactly.
Early
So you're the
teens
worst
suck
form of
dick.
human, and then you don't get to evolve past it.
That's true.
Like you're just screwed. Listen, man. Me and Sweeney have had this conversation a lot,
let's not bring this
and
up.
this is. I understand
Well,
this is going to sound really bad,
It
and
is-
I understand.
Stop.
I am very aware of how terrible this does sound.
Oh my god.
but
stop.
I'm ready.
Don't
I
bring
think
it up.
I'm right, and here it is. I think
Oh my god.
if you had a kid and he was like 17 years old and he perishes, right? He just dies, explodes for any comical reason, just to lighten things up. Let's say a shark gets him.
A shark gets him in a fucking bathtub.
Yeah, in a bathtub in Arizona.
There you
And how tragic. I think that is infinitely worse than losing like I don't know, a 1-month-old.
Okay, so let me
Just sheerly by mathematics.
let me explain the mathematics to you. Okay, so the reason why it's bad is because the kid lived his. Look, I agree with Chris, but let me explain. Only in the number set, like when it comes to numbers, I agree. When it comes to just morality, they're both very fucked up to the
No,
point
of
I
course.
can't see a difference.
No,
Yeah.
of course they're terrible. Like either situation's really bad.
Look, think
Well,
of it like this.
But
okay?
it'd be like, here's the thing. It's like if you lost your 48-hour save in Skyrim, that would be pretty fucking terrible.
I like
But
it.
if you just started and you're just in the hey, you're finally awake, and then your game crashes, it's like no big deal. I'll just start up another one in like 9 months.
Logistically, it makes perfect sense.
it does.
I know that's callous and that's fucked up,
It's
and I
fucked
don't.
up.
I agree only in the number sense, and I understand that.
The only
But-
thing we can take from this, right, is someone who actually loses their infant, don't tell them that. Well, at least
At least it's brand new, you know. They go and pop another one in
Can you
there.
imagine, can you imagine some guy, like, he just wants to be helpful. He goes into a hospital room. He's like, he just had a miscarriage or something. It's like, well, cheer up. It's barely even a real person anyway. You didn't really know it, you know?
It didn't really kill it, you know.
When was the last laugh you shared with it? I mean,
Honestly, it just gave you stomach aches, didn't it? Like, fuck it, you know.
I feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson did something like that. That he got a
did.
bunch of. Yeah, you remember that?
he did.
What
yeah.
happened? It was something. There was like a tragedy happened. Like it was like a shooting or something.
Yeah, it was like a shooting, and then he went off on this thing about how, like, all, like, car accidents and, like, all these other things kill more people than shootings
Yeah.
do.
Kind of
Which
like-
is, like, that's another thing where it's, like, completely right in
Yes.
the
It's a
numbers.
It's a fact.
In the number sense.
Yeah.
But when you say it.
But it's
you're
more
just like-
morbid. It's like, oh shit. Like, imagine dying in a car accident opposed to someone coming to your school and shooting you down. Like, one just sounds worse.
Yeah.
It just sounds way worse than
That's
the other
really
one.
what it comes down to. Like
Yeah.
tragic. Like it's not.
It's a tragedy. They're both
necessary.
tragedies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one is one is just evil.
I thought of that whole argument when I was just trying to be just the worst person.
Yeah.
Like, I think I was just trying to really bother you one day.
Yeah, and it
that's-
worked.
Yeah,
'Cause I
yeah.
agreed with you. That's why. Because I pride myself on my humanity at least.
Realized you're a fucking monster.
I'm not look. Okay, now everyone in the house says I'm fucked up because of the shit I laugh at and my jokes.
Oh, you mean like when you turn on Live Leak and laugh yourself to sleep? Like it's a fucking lullaby? You
Yo,
fucking
that
psychopath?
okay, look, that happens once or twice a week. All right?
That's
It's
a
not-
lot. That's often.
That's not that often.
I don't.
Are
dude.
you kidding me?
I've never gone on Live League willingly. I've been sent leaks, like links and shit.
I go on Live Leak once a year, every 4 years, maybe.
Okay, so can I explain myself? Everybody gets fucked up. All right, everybody starts fucking thinking I'm a fucking hellspawn or something.
Please.
I grew up in the era of Ebon's world. All right.
We all did. We all did.
And that set a precedent in my mind for like this is like it was first America's Funniest Home Videos. that was the start of like, oh, this shit is funny. People getting hurt is kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Then it went to like, Photo Bucket and YouTube, and that started getting a little stale, And then my friend was like, yo, let's go on some Ebon's world. And I was like, all right, I guess. And I went on. I just started seeing shit that I couldn't keep it inside because it scared me. So I laughed about it. And then Live Leak I get real full off that shit fast though. Like,
Yeah, because it's disturbing.
different of opinion.
What is disturbing? What is the most disturbing video you've seen?
I thought I get his head cut off, and that shit was wild.
Yeah, that's Live Leak. That
shit was wild because it was so funny until the head started
It was
hanging.
so funny.
Christ.
Because I wasn't laughing like, oh, that's you know how when I laugh when something hilarious happens, opposed to like, I'm scared. It was one of those.
You have a lot of imbalances.
Yeah, there's checks and balances that aren't correct in here.
Have you ever considered seeing a therapist?
Nah, I don't got time for that shit.
Yeah.
I'm a bitch. I'm a black man.
That shit's expensive,
I'm a
honestly.
black man. We just hide our fucking pain.
That is such a huge problem with being a black man.
We just hide our pain. We can't. We can't just act like we feel shit because people will destroy us.
A lot of dudes, in unfortunate areas, I'll just say, they hide their pain or they shoot their pain away because they don't know what else to do with it.
Yeah.
And Sweeney's lucky that he has Live Leak
Help
because
me fucking.
if Live Leak wasn't a thing, he'd probably.
My God, can you imagine if Live Leak wasn't a thing? The person that you would be.
I'd be the same fucking person.
No, you would be the people on Live Leak.
No, I would not. I'm not that fucked up.
You would be the person on Live Leak being like, look at how far I can kick this kitten. And then you'd be laughing about it.
Yo, what? Look,
He's laughing.
Jesus
He's
Christ.
literally smiling.
He just said that shit's hilarious.
Guys, I need you to understand.
No,
he
okay,
looks like
everybody-
it's fucking Christmas morning.
I don't. What are you talking about? Look, guys, all I'm saying is this, okay? Every now and then, something shocking is refreshing. It just happens that my now and then happens twice a week, opposed to your now and then every few years or so, all right?
You've got all sorts of problems.
I'm not
man.
evil. I'm actually extremely kind.
That is something an evil person would say.
But I am. You know me. I'm a kind dude.
It's up for debate. I think it's up for debate at least.
At least.
At least it's up for debate.
What do our listeners think? Do you think Tom Sweeney is a nice person, or do you think he's has maybe a touch of sociopathy and he's just playing off like, oh yeah, I'm a
I
nice
don't think
guy.
he's a sociopath.
I don't got time for sociopath.
Yeah,
That
you're
shit-
not a
that shit's too
sociopath.
fucking-
You're just crazy. You're just
Okay.
unbalanced. There's
Everyone's
nothing.
unbalanced though. No one's fucking completely all put together. Right?
I'm
Don't
balanced.
fuck with me, bro. If you're balanced, then so is the fucking stock exchange. You're fucked. You're fucked too. Everyone is fucked a little bit. Okay, everybody just hides like people. Everybody has fucked up sense of humor.
I guess I just did
I
argue
just
that a
don't-
life is a Skyrim save.
Yeah, you fucking,
So I guess that's fair enough.
fucking doom pirate bitch.
I I thought it would be kind of funny since, last episode, I can't remember, or whatever episode, I can't even remember, honestly, at this point. Derrick talked about how he's always getting involved with women in different countries, and that's his story. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and Sweeney's in a disgusting committed relationship.
Fuck you.
So, of course, I figured, who would be better to receive relationship advice from than us?
Oh, absolutely.
So I solicited dating advice and dating questions from you guys for you guys to ask us, so we could give the audience some insight with all of our combined sex appeal.
Oh, absolutely.
So Dangle Blampy,
Woo!
Love it.
Dangle Blampy wrote in, "Hey, cringe Raygun, thanks. That's so cool. I love being bullied by the people who
That
support
was
me.
just mean.
Nice, bro.
Where are the best places to go on a first date?
Honestly, just out to eat.
Out to eat?
Just simple. Just go out to eat somewhere. And
Pathetic.
Just have a quick talk. Like, you want me to give answers? Want to give me like fuck? Because I can give you some fuck.
No,
answers.
my real advice would be just take her to your place and watch live leak videos.
Honest, look,
Right?
now look, guys. If
If she can
sticks
handle,
around, exactly.
if she can handle that,
That
you guys are good.
No, you cannot blow your load on the first fucking meeting like that.
why not?
Metaphorically, of course.
Why not?
Look, man.
What if she's like, yeah, dude?
No,
that's
look,
so sick.
look. If you guys agreed beforehand, yes, let's watch some live leak together, then go for it. But the thing is, if you're just meeting, if you don't know her, like you said, everybody has demons, right, Sweeney? Everybody has some fucked up senses of humor. You gotta slowly open the door. You gotta slowly open the door, right? You can't just be like, kick that shit in and be like, yo, check out all my shit. Fucking live leak and stuff, right? Do you love me?
Do you love me?
Do you love me?
No, yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's probably right. Just like a place. I don't know. I always hated movies as like a date.
No,
thing.
that's terrible.
I fucking hate that.
Worst thing you can do.
Because there's a pretty good chance that you guys are just gonna walk out of there and argue. Honestly, I think.
Why?
If you care enough, and it's like because not everybody likes the same shit.
Yeah.
You know, and on a date, you're almost kind of encouraged to pretend to have had a good time, almost. So you're just gonna have to. You're on this date. The date's over. Neither of you want to upset anybody. So it's like the conversation is just like, yeah, it was good. Yeah, well, it was a good time, right? And then that's it. And you can't talk during the movie, so it's like you're not learning anything.
Exactly.
That's true.
That's the biggest thing.
That's the problem. You can't talk.
You
guys
can't talk,
conversate.
and you're not facing each other. That's two huge problems.
Yeah.
To where it's like you're looking over, you're fucking, and if you're talking, other people will be like, "Shut the fuck up."
A movie is like a thing you do when you're already dating for
In
a
the
long time,
relationship,
and you're
yeah.
just like, "Oh, do you want to see this movie?" And then you don't have to talk to the person because you've said everything you need to say.
Yeah. Here, this is what I say. So I'm assuming if you're listening to this podcast, you like video games. So the best thing to do is take her to an arcade. And one of my favorite things, since I'm above 21, is go to a barcade.
Barcades are great.
Barcades are fucking hype.
Barcade is the best thing to do. If you can't do that, I would say just go to an arcade that's not a bar. And look, there's usually other stuff. There's usually refreshments, so you guys can sit down, have a little bit of it, eat, go play some games, and bond. Because everybody bonds over games.
True.
Yeah,
big
for sure.
facts, Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the best thing to do. Like, you can never go wrong. I'm probably going to do that, I don't know, next time I talk to a girl, I'll be like, let's go to the arcade, bitch.
A barcade is always a good. That's probably the best one. Yeah.
I've been to barcades before. Every barcade I ever went, I used too much substance, and I just can't have a good time.
Do you remember the one?
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous.
What?
It was me and a bunch of our roommates. We went to a barcade, but me and two other of us left like in the very beginning of getting there and got like way high, like fucking like out of our minds to the point we were just sitting around. We were standing in corner, just having a fucking ball, laughing our asses off. If everybody thought you were probably psychopaths, we weren't playing games. We were just standing in corners, just laughing
like,
about
what are they
shit.
doing? Are they security? What is this?
Yeah, dude.
I was like drunk as fuck by the time you guys were high. So I didn't. I was just standing in the corner too, just laughing.
Just
But I was just like,
Was this here?
this
Yeah,
was
it was in, Pasadena?
82.
Oh, no, it was-
or,
oh, 82?
The bar that we
It's
went to
82.
with Ethan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
The messed up thing about LA is that there's only 2 barcades.
isn't that stupid?
There's one called like Barcade or something, and then there's 82.
That's so weird. You assume it'd be bigger because it's like I don't know.
You
like,
go to any other state, they have like multiple ones. It's like for some reason, or like you say, like one of the most poppin' places in the United States, Los
Yeah.
Angeles, has 2.
yeah, LA lets me down constantly.
Yeah.
Intoxicated wrote in. He said, "Hey guys, both me and my roommate had caught the big sad and fell for subscription-based dating sites. Have any of you ever tried one of these paid dating sites? If so, if not, what's your opinion on them? I've never done any of these.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've never done the online thing really.
You
I
ever
just,
done like Tinder or anything?
Nah, dude. I just meet people in person. That's it.
Yeah.
I would like
I'm
to
too
meet
old
people in
world for that.
person. No, I would like to meet people in person, but the vibe is very different. Because when me growing up, so I'm a little bit older. When you would go, you go to the mall, or you'd go like I'm talking about. You go to the malls, and sometimes girls would even approach you.
Yeah, you got to catch
Like
them.
it was
like
very
Pokemon. Yeah.
and like say, and the one thing was like, oh, always have like, and this is not talking about my look because we didn't have cell phones. I was like, always have a pen and paper with you so you can just like rip off the shit. We go to the Disneyland and we would get it was the vibe was cool. Even if you approached a girl and she wasn't like she would be flattered usually, and then it's like, oh no thanks, yada yada, and then we just go our separate way. Now people like catch creepy vibes, like, oh, why are you getting near me? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a very because people are so like, and instead of asking for numbers, it's like, let me get your Instagram, let me get your Snap.
Yeah, that's real. That's
something
something
like
different.
The
Yeah.
vibes have changed, so online is really the place to be now. Unfortunately, to all those apps. The only thing, if I'm talking about subscription, and this was before Tinder started doing that. Because Tinder used to be like, you can swipe unlimited when it first started.
I heard about that.
Yeah. So, like, I was on it probably like 2014, and I was just like, I'm not even looking. I'm watching fucking TV, and I'm just swiping and fishing, right? And seeing, because if you're a guy, you get minimal matches because usually the girls are like looking and taking their time to see who they want to swipe on. With us guys, there's so much competition. So many guys are on it versus so many girls. You're just fucking swiping away and hoping you can get something, and hopefully you guys vibe or some shit.
Yeah, and then it's like a process of elimination based on the stuff that you've got back.
Yeah. All the other stuff, all that other like e-harming, that's for old people.
Yeah, I can't bother with that. Like, I did Tinder for a little bit, and I was just like, it was fine. I didn't really like it though. The problem is, it's like with our job specifically, you don't go anywhere. So you don't meet people really naturally. You're not like in an environment where you're just like happening across people.
Yeah,
I met my girlfriend at work. Honestly,
I was just about to say that. I said most people meet their spouses at work. That's how, like, typically I've bonded with a lot of girls I used to work with and stuff. So that happens a lot, and you guys have common interests.
Easy. It's like in school too. It's like there's just no place you spend so much time at those places.
Exactly.
That you're gonna eventually connect people there. Like it's the free. That's why so many kids get laid so often, because it's in school. Like, that's what you do there.
Yeah.
I didn't go there to do work. I did there to try to get some snatch.
I mean, to be honest, the way that, and it's maybe the same for you, Chris. The way that I typically how we meet is typically women are approaching me online.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of like you get the messages or whatever, and then you guys, I message a lot of people back. It's usually friendly and cool, and then those rare times it's like, oh, I feel something here. There might be something more or whatever. So I say to myself that, like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. But at the same time, like I said, we don't go out.
Even I get that shit, and it's like fucking terrifying because I just don't want to get in trouble from shit I didn't do. I get a message and I'm like, oh, hey, stop.
I mean, it's just,
chill out.
It's just
I'm
like
taking.
So I mean, the online, it's just online stuff. It's kind of a nightmare, but at the same time, what do you do? Because I'm at the position where I'm like, okay, should I try to meet somebody? But then
how do you do? Like, we don't have to be anywhere.
We don't leave.
Like, there's nothing.
Yeah, honestly, that's the new wave. Honestly, that's how people do it. It's like, oh, online. So I mean.
And it's weird because, like you said, like, approaching people is like there's like a creepy vibe too. And it's not even really like a man thing. It really is just like
a general thing. Yeah.
It really is just like a people are just uncomfortable being approached by people that they don't know super well.
Yeah,
which makes sense. Like, I get it. Like,
sure.
I don't want fucking random people coming up to me. But like, there's an element of like what social media has kind of
done to
interactions
Yeah.
that like it has just totally kind of thrown everything kind of off kilter, and it does feel like online is the place to be to meet people. Specifically, honestly, like, Instagram's like been pretty great.
Luckily for me, I don't give a creepy vibe at all.
You?
Yeah, I don't.
No, you just give a threatening vibe.
Nah, people fucking talk. You guys have seen it. People just come to me and talk to me, and I'm like, what the fuck?
That's true.
Why me?
While you're fantasizing about bashing their brains in.
People walk up to you.
Sometimes
people will walk up to you and ignore me.
That's hilarious.
Isn't that insane?
It's so weird. I don't know why.
Because I don't think I'm as threatening as you, right?
I don't think I'm threatening at all. Actually,
well, I mean, just like size,
like, 'cause I'm big.
You're tall and you're big.
Yeah.
But like the idea of like just somebody looking at me and being like, I can't approach that person.
I think it's because like you give off this vibe that you like you do not want to be bothered.
I definitely do. I try to channel that. I'm thinking that constantly as I walk down the street. I'm thinking out loud in my own voice. I do not want to be bothered.
And for me, it's like I'm just walking. That's it. Like,
that's your problem.
I got that stupid smile we talked about before, like that bit of like that fucking dumb, like everything is kind of all right.
Mouth hanging open,
dude,
shit.
I will literally put on an angry face. As I'm walking,
you start scowling, bro.
I scowl when I walk down the street because I know if I'm scowling, no one's gonna fucking approach me.
Like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. That's why I can't fit back at home anymore. They'll fucking eat me alive now.
Oh, in New York?
Yeah, dude. I used to be fucking scary.
Yeah.
Now I'm like fucking softy, fucking big old fucking chocolate Twinkie over here.
Yeah.
I ain't shit.
You'd get approached immediately in Grand Central.
like,
by
here
some
we go.
dude at like a Shake Shack. He's like, "Can I have some food?"
It's like, oh, bro, for real, I just got this, man.
Did I tell you what happened? I don't know if I told this on the podcast.
What happened?
When like some homeless guy approached me in the Shake Shack at Grand Central in New York City, and like he was like asking me for food, and I just started like drooling all over myself and snarling.
He's like, whoa.
I tried to like out crazy the person because I was stuck there like sitting down, so like I couldn't just leave. So I just figured like I'm just gonna be crazier than this person, and it totally worked.
Yeah,
He just left me alone. I was like sick, dude. I fucking
sick as you wipe your fucking slobber off your fucking self.
I'm eating this whatever.
Noise.
Dude, just headphones. Anybody ever have an issue, just have headphones on, even if somebody's talking to you. And if you happen to have heard it, you can just act like you didn't hear it.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Classic.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
That's why I like headphones over earbuds.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's like
It's
headphones,
more of a visual thing.
They
yeah.
send a signal. They
For
send
real, I
like
feel
a don't fucking talk to me, Karen. I'll slap you. That's the vibe that a headphone sends.
Yeah, yeah.
Aetherian wrote in.
Calm down, Johnny Depp.
Aetherian wrote in as part of our little dating game. I am very awkward with talking to most people and keeping conversations going in general, but it's especially hard to do it with girls. Any advice as to how to keep a conversation going?
Just stop. Don't
think about it too much.
It's fucking terrifying. Stole that out of my brain. That happens way too often. Hate that shit.
Yeah,
Stop doing that.
We say the same
Fucking
thing in
quit it.
unison quite a bit.
But yeah, just don't think about it too much. Because
Yeah, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
I was just going to expound on that. If you are thinking too much, in my opinion, it's probably you guys don't have much to talk about, meaning that you guys probably aren't like that compatible. Because if you are compatible, there's an endless amount of shit to talk about, even if you're just talking about one subject. If it's like I'll go back to video games. You can never run out of things to talk about when you're talking about video games.
Literally.
So it's like, if you guys have some shit in common, there's not really like, oh, fuck, what should I say? What's this or that? Now things can get awkward if you're like, maybe you want to make a move or something.
Yeah.
That's when things can get a little bit, because that's when even me, even like say I can kind of question myself like, oh, is she in? Because I've met an array of women that one woman, she was like had a poker face. And so even though I found out later that she was really into me, I was kind of like, if I make a move on her, am I gonna get me too'd? Just because I'm like, she seemed so cold, but she was just totally trying to play it cool. And my whole thing is, I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck was
You
that?
can't really make a move anymore.
What was
I
that
can't- I
shit?
can't fucking-
Yeah.
That is out of the question. Like, I will
can't
never
do-
make a move.
I can't
Never.
do solid face people,
Sorry.
dude. Like that shit is the most. That shit is unattractive to me. Actually, people that just have fucking stone face all the time. It's like, yo,
Oh, yeah.
they're
lighten
trying to
the
be like-
fuck up. Like, what? Do you,
Yeah. But I mean, I understand.
I get it, but like, it's still like this is really not my thing.
Yeah, even we talking about making a move. Even Henry Cavill said he's not on that shit anymore. Where like even he will he's like, yo, things are so kind of weird now. Even though you could think somebody's totally with it, you really don't know. And he's just like, I'm kind of done with that shit. And I was like, even you? I was like, doesn't the whole world want to have sex with you?
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, bro, I'm a part of that line. Like, I'm there for the fucking game.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like that's like I've never
talk.
really been that kind of person anyway. I've never really been the kind of person to do that anyway.
Yeah.
But like just I don't need to lose my entire fucking apartment just because I kissed a girl too early. You know what I mean?
That shit is
I don't need that. I don't need that. You can come to me and you can do whatever.
The beauty of not dating is fan-fucking-tastic.
It is like I'm envious to the point where, because like I said to people, when you get older, as you keep getting older, you're fucking all of a sudden now your body, your biology starts to be like, what are you doing? You're not doing the thing that you should be doing. You're not with a person and trying to bang them and make babies or some shit. Like you start getting this feeling. And so it starts to distract from what you normally want to do. Just carry on, do your work or whatever. So like being in a relationship is like, oh, cool, this is great. And then the old like the idea of not being in a relationship and starting from square one is a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it really is.
It's
Just a
like,
fucking
oh, geez.
disaster.
And then
it's so unappealing.
It's not at all. And it's like, well, eventually you got to get back on that fucking horse. I mean, if you want to.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. It's a weird world out there, but I do think it's just to close out this particular question and this whole like little side tangent that I felt like going on. I think in my experience, every date that I've ever been on that I cared a lot about always ended terribly.
Oof.
Always. So like every time that I'd gone on a date where I was like, you know what? This could work. It might not. Whatever. I don't care. It's fine either way.
Yeah,
Always
for
a
you.
success.
Just
The trick is
talk.
to just not be in your own head so much and just not like not necessarily don't care, but like treat it as if like it's not that big a deal if it doesn't go that well. Because the second you start worrying about a lot of shit, then you're in your own head. You're like second guessing yourself. You're throwing your own timing off. You're not coming off as confident because that shit reads. I think
just try to figure out what they like. That's what I've always try to figure out what the girls like, and then if it's even worth like even going after them, because I've been on dates with girls that like it's just been empty as shit.
Yeah,
and it's just like clearly just not gonna work. I'm not gonna try to force this anymore. But I've been on dates with girls that's like, oh, what they're talking about, I enjoyed even just hearing about, or just talking to them. So just don't psych yourself out, man. You guys will be all right. Trust me, and don't be awkward. Just like really. Don't be fucking weird. That shit bothers me. Social awkward people make me fucking angry because it's like you could just not be doing what you're doing, like, so easily.
That's a lot of people though.
Yeah, it's fucking strange.
I think I was socially awkward for a while. I think
this house is way too charismatic. Actually,
yeah,
our household is like scary sociopath.
Yeah, well, I mean, like we're comfortable around people that we're comfortable with, and we're never really not around people that we're comfortable with.
I mean, I'm pretty good with people in general for the most part.
If I'm like,
because I'm funny, I think that's why though.
If I'm in a situation where I'm just like by myself, or like in a situation where like everybody knows each other and I don't know anybody, I'm probably not going to be as charismatic because I just need to survey.
I mean, I will warm up. I will warm up, but usually I always want to just be like they always say cool, calm, and collective. Just you walk into a new place, like you said, survey the environment and stuff and the people, and like, all right, I'm just gonna be chill.
It's like a recon mission.
Yeah, really. And then after a while, you can open up if things start getting kind of like weird and stuff. People are having like fun and shit. I mean, weird in like a good way.
All right. Well, now that that's out of the way, and we gave you some valid advice, maybe.
The overarching points are valid.
I think it was semi-valid.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
The ending points were the ending. The journey to the end was a little wonky, a little wonky.
I thought it would be fun now before we got into some more questions and like end it off. I think we should just end off with Star Wars stuff.
Oh
sure.
Hell yeah,
sure.
I thought it would be kind of fun if we did a little bit of a fake news thing here, where I found some headlines.
Okay,
and I'm going to read these 3 headlines for you guys. One of them is real. 2 of them are fake. And you guys have to guess which headline is the real one.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
And I want the audience to like really kind of like get it. Like, obviously, the answer is going to be known pretty quickly.
Very shortly after.
But I want you to partake in this because it's fucking...
Okay. Let's hear it.
First headline. Headline number 1. She can't say no. The Ugandan men demanding to be breastfed.
That's pretty great.
Headline number 2. Gay man's pay slashed so he'd be on par with other females in the office, lawsuit claims.
Oh.
Burger King, this is the third one. Burger King to give Bronx residents free Whoppers for dealing with Joker stares tourists.
I can't even grasp that one entirely.
You know how the Joker stares, like the famous Joker stares, where Joaquin Phoenix is doing that dance to that pedophile song?
Oh my God.
Down the stairs?
The pedophile song? Oh, hey.
Yeah, that one. That's a really great singing voice you have. I'm really glad you did that.
I don't want to get
That's
copyright
the most
claims.
uninspired fucking thing I've ever heard.
Those are the 3 headlines.
I know where those steps are, which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I think we all do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not far from where we both grew up, actually, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a tough one. Which one are you going for, Derrick?
So the one that's real.
The one that's real.
I mean, I almost want to say the stairs one is real because I see it's not funny enough to be a parody to me. So it seems real.
I'm going for the Ugandan thing of the breastfeeding because that just sounds fucking obtuse.
That's awesome. So they were all real, all those. Oh. Every single one of them. These are literally all actual headlines.
That's hilarious.
Gay man's pay slashed so he'd be on par with other females in the office.
God.
Holy shit.
Who does that?
That's so incredible.
Where does he work that they're trying to do that to him?
I don't know, man. I was just cracking the fuck up.
That's so
villainous.
so fucking backwards. I don't even understand that.
There's a whole bunch of headlines that like seem like parodies. but
Yeah.
they're just totally fucking real.
But
It's
hold on,
wild.
on that one, wouldn't you raise their? No, well, no, it's a company, of course. They're not going to pay them more money.
They're not gonna pay you.
They're going to
correctly.
slash the fucking gay man's money, so that
man.
now they're all fucking equal.
They're looking around the room. It's like, oh, what's different about these guys? Is anyone here? I don't know. Black? Nah. Hispanic? Nah. Gay? Raise his hand. Ah, sorry, champ.
I'm gonna read that article. That's just so weird.
Yeah, send me the link. Drop the link.
It's just wild. I feel like just everything is. I don't know how the Onion competes really. Like when you like websites that write fake shit. You know what I mean? Just to be funny.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can compare with like just what's happening. Like actually.
Yeah, that's a very good point. There's a lot of stuff that with my Twitter trash series, a lot of times it's always like, is this a parody account or not? And
It's so hard to tell.
yeah.
Speaking of your Twitter trash, one of my tweets was on your
Oh,
Twitter trash, and I was very heated about that.
Wait, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, say a lot of people didn't see it because my YouTube is doing that thing again
Where
where
it does it.
nobody fucking gets the notifications.
Oh, same.
And I lose subscribers, and I was like, oh, sweet, thanks YouTube. I love when you do this.
Isn't that cool?
Annually. Yeah.
Yeah.
So his tweet. No, but here's the thing though. I didn't completely disagree.
You didn't disagree, but it was up there. and I was
Okay,
not
wait, hold on.
upset.
For everybody who doesn't know, including me, what is this about? What are you talking
Okay,
about?
so I tweeted something about Billie Eilish, and a certain person who I'm not gonna name, if I know who you are, sent that to Derrick as one of the trash tweets that he wanted Derrick to fucking
Was
rip
it the
apart.
one where you were talking about how Billie Eilish appeals to fourth grade?
Fucking lip gloss wearing, fucking black lipstick, fucking one of those things.
Yeah, that think that Juice WRLD is like
a
good.
amazing rapper.
Yeah.
Yo, people got so heated, and dude, I love making fun of modern rappers because they're so
Yeah,
more
like Billie
often than
Eilish?
not they're
But
fucking
like
no,
Billie-
Billie Eilish she's a steam girl that just ended up in this generation, but like they're so bad, and I love it because people are like, no, he's talented, and it's like, yo, he has no good bars. I can't remember a single bar from Juice WRLD at all.
It's definitely
actually.
not about like this new wave of like emo rap, or like the trap emo, whatever. There's so many different
because
names
trapping
for
is
it.
just doing ignorant bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just fucking emo, like fucking like meth head little
It's like
kid rap.
Blink 182 started a rap.
Yeah. Well, see, the interesting thing is all that teenage angst went to that wave.
Yeah.
And so it's all over there. So that's why all these little kids are like, oh, it's so great and stuff. And look, it's not. There was some stuff I liked what Juice WRLD. I liked that he at least because. There was a lot of videos of him like appreciating a lot of like pop punk and a lot of different types of genres, and he tried to incorporate it in a little bit. Actually, as a matter of fact, which now they're really hated right now, Yellow Card sued Juice WRLD because they're saying, oh, one of his most popular songs stole the melody from one of their songs, but it wasn't even one of their most popular ones, but it was one of the ones that were pretty big.
Right.
So even after he died, they're pushing forward with the estate. So they're like extremely hated now. And but the whole point is, I understand. I think people were more mad probably about the Juice WRLD thing, especially since he's dead.
So I don't care. Real is
But
real.
look, my thing, all I said was about the Billie Eilish thing is because I said I would have thought the same thing about Billie Eilish if I would have got her music from all the new shit that's out, like Bad Guy and all that stuff, because it's just going. It's just like,
Yeah.
and I'm
Just
like,
whispering.
she's whispering. I called her like the Yin Yang twins of her fucking genre, whatever it is, because they're all whispering. The Yin Yang twins used to whisper. They had a song called the Whisper Song,
Yeah, it was very
and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Anyway, so this girl that I was dating from Texas, if we want to talk about dating out of my area again, so she was from Texas, and flew out, cool. And she showed me Billie Eilish back in 2018. She showed me these two songs that were a little bit older. One called Lovely and one called Ocean Eyes. And she has range on that. And actually, it showed me that I was like, oh, who is this? She's actually really good. And I ended up I did a metal cover of her song Lovely. Because it has a really good melody. I was like, I can cover this shit. So, but when I hear that new stuff, I was like, I don't really like it. But people love it. And I'm like, okay, I'm just not with it, man.
That's how I feel. That's just happened to music to me in general now.
Bad Guy makes sense to me. I understand the appeal of Bad Guy. 100%. 1,000,000%. Because it's got that strong fucking minor key. Shut the fuck up, Alexa, you bitch. God damn it. You're always interrupting me. I fucking hate women.
Alexa, turn off.
What did did you even say
Nothing.
to get her to fucking?
What was I even saying? I don't even remember.
I don't even know.
You're talking about how
And
much
then
you
she
like
was
Bad
just,
Guy
"Sorry,
or
I
some
couldn't
shit
hear
like
that,
that.
bitch.
No, I mean it's got that strong it's like a minor key, like you know what it is? It's the melody in the chorus, which is like not even really a chorus because like nothing is sung really, but it's the melody in the chorus that's because it's Megalovania, it's fucking We Are Number One, it's that exact same like kind of like minor key fast melody that just catches.
I see what you're saying,
and it's a good melody actually. Like I bet like that on electric guitar would sound sick.
I considered, I don't know if it was Bad Guy or there was another song she had. It was the friend was stranger or something.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't...
No, Bury a Friend. There's a song called Bury a Friend that I actually did like the melody in that because I was like, oh, I can put a really heavy guitar tone over this. I considered covering it, but then I was just like, I just ended up doing Lovely because I thought it was a lot better.
Right.
And but I do like some modern pop because I want to cover this song called Chandelier by I think Sia or something. I don't know if you guys know that song.
Swing from the Chandelier?
Yeah, I'm gonna swing from that. And I was like, I can turn this into something dope. But
I like pop. Honestly, I love it. It's like one of my favorite genres, TBH. But like,
I actually thought Paramore's album when they came out with that weird
that
album
new funk
that was just
one,
entirely
funky one.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
It's a good album. I just
love Paramore.
I don't like that it's Paramore.
It's definitely more of a Haley Williams thing.
Yeah.
I think it should remain a Haley Williams
Absolutely.
thing.
That's my only problem that I have. Even with they had a self-titled album in 2013. There's some good tracks on there, but I'm like, this sounds like Haley Williams, like her project. It does not sound like Riot, or it doesn't sound like Brand New Eyes. They're two most popular albums, which I'm a huge fan
Riot
of.
Riot is one of my favorite fucking albums.
It's
That's I think is an iconic record for that time.
It's a fantastic album. But the thing is, I sometimes, I mean, it's hard because I argue back and forth of which album I like better between Riot and Brand New Eyes, because Brand New Eyes has some fucking really good bangers on there. And then
I would say Riot because of this freaking what you call it. Ain't It Fun is such a good song, dog. Like I actually,
that's like
that's not Riot.
That's no, Riot is their 07 one that has
07?
Misery Business,
sorry,
Crush.
Yeah.
That's What You Get.
That's what you get. That's the song I meant. Sorry.
Okay.
So that song is one of my like. That's actually one of my favorite songs.
That's a great song.
Often,
I loved playing it on. I can't remember if it was Rock Band or Guitar Hero. It was one of those. It was so fucking fun. But dude, they're amazing. I was pretty bummed because I think she's bailing and she's doing another project and stuff.
For real?
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm kind of sick of Paramore. She's been doing it for so long, and
Yeah,
I was just like, I don't really mind because it was already turning into like the Haley Williams project. You know what I mean? So it's just
right.
Yeah, but damn, man, that was one of the best. Haley Williams is everyone knows she's a great singer, but I think she's underrated as being like one of the best singers ever. I think some of the ranges. Go back and listen to that song "Decode," that fucking Twilight song that they did. Like when she's hitting those, I'm just like, this chick can fucking. She's bang,
insanely good,
talented.
at singing.
Yeah.
Like there's this one
I
video.
saw her in person once, dog. She's wild.
Oh, man.
There was a
Nice.
video of her like. There was this dude on the street. It was like a busker with a guitar, and he was like playing something. I think Ignorance maybe.
Okay.
And she just walked up and just started singing on his key, which is like a completely different key than the song is. But like she fucking murdered it. It sounded like it sounded better than the studio version. I was like, what the fuck is this? That's insane.
just right up.
And
okay.
she hits those like screeches. She hits like the screams, like the height of like when you can tell a voice is breaking, but it sounds like it's
good
still
still.
like a voice.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like she's really, really good.
She's a good one.
Yeah, she was definitely for a good long while, before like my Jeanette McCurdy bullshit. Like Haley Williams was like, oh.
I still love her. Yeah.
Oh, I still
love her. Yeah.
I respect her more than like I don't have like a ridiculous crush her anymore. But like I obviously if she like walked up and she was like, hey Derrick, I love you, I'd be like, oh shit, Jeanette who? Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
I love you too.
Just
Duh.
duh.
You stupid bitch, of course. Like let's get married.
Oh my god, twins.
Twinsies.
But yeah, oh man. So for this new generation, man, they gotta give some fucking put some respect on Haley Williams' name, man.
Absolutely. They don't know shit about shit. That's real hip hop. What y'all know about that?
Haley Williams, real hip hop. Dude, honestly, like when I look back at the 2000s, there's some pretty good music there. Honestly,
There's some really bad
like,
music.
Genuinely,
though.
like there's some bad shit.
There's
sure.
some like I
but there's
think,
bad shit every decade.
but though I think
I think it just takes a long time for the bad shit
to cycle
to
through.
cycle like to the bottom. It's like when you're like what
Going
do you
for
call
gold,
it?
looking for gold.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
gotta-
It's like sifting for gold. It's like, okay, well, like we've had enough distance from the 2000s now that we're not thinking about the fucking. We're not thinking about counting crows.
Look,
you know.
I don't
I'll say
understand why
this, I'll
people
say
like
this.
them.
This is what happened. For me, I think the 2000s had so much garbage. I think most of the best music that came from 2000s was made by Kanye West. Actually,
That's insane.
in the
That's an insane
2000s, in the 2000s, yo, he was making amazing music.
How much did he make? He couldn't have possibly made
He
enough
made-
music
he
to
made-
make the best music of the 2000s.
He made 4 platinum studio albums.
Yeah.
Now I feel like a lot of the artists are just like, I feel like they definitely, some of them put their hearts into it, but it's not as like genuine.
I
anymore.
don't know, man.
It's not as much love.
I
in
don't
it.
know. I don't think that's true. I think it's a similar situation with the 2000s. I think we're gonna get some distance from this decade, and we're gonna see like there's a lot of good shit that we just didn't hear about, or just shit that's. I think it's a lot less. You know what it is? It's like back in the 2000s, radio was like kind of the dominant thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you heard it on the radio, that meant it was good.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
It made
like
it there.
now, radio's not really relevant. People listen to whatever the hell they want to listen to because we curate our own tastes.
Sure.
We curate our own radio stations, and we kind of make our own AI radio DJs. When we compile a list on Spotify and then like find music like this, that's us essentially making an AI radio DJ that says, "Here's what you would like," and then people find stuff that way. So like everybody's favorite album of like 2015 is going to be completely different than what it was like in the 2000s of like 2005 or like 1995.
For sure.
It's
Yeah.
like there's going to be a far larger range of opinions
That's
now,
true.
especially because there's just so much music now.
Yeah.
Like because SoundCloud opened it up, and anybody can make an album.
Yeah, real talk.
I have music on Spotify. Like, there's
yeah.
no reason why I should. There's no reason,
Dude, it's,
but
yeah,
you can do it.
absolutely.
true.
Dude, MySpace was the pioneer, really.
Do you remember that shit?
Dude, MySpace was, and this
crazy.
this is the thing that really, because MySpace was 2 artists that I really, really like, that Lady Gaga and Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Like MySpace, it was like seeing them being kind of like, oh, they're hot on MySpace, and then seeing them being the hottest artist was like mind blowing. And that even happened to that dude Asher Roth for a minute.
I remember he blew up for a little bit, for a
Like-
hot minute, yeah.
He was like regular. I remember my friend Ed was just chatting with him in the comments on MySpace because he wasn't like, he just had that one hit, I Love College, so it was just like starting to heat up. And then all of a sudden, I was like, dude, he's like with Jay-Z, and like Jay-Z's like signing him and shit. I was like, what the fuck's going on with MySpace? Like MySpace is weird. And then I was in a band, all of a sudden in the metal genre, we're like top 3. And all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, dude, like this is so weird. This is surreal. Like seeing how, and then when that shit died, dude, I'm glad that like SoundCloud became as big as it did, because there was a huge fucking vacuum, because Facebook wasn't doing shit for artists.
Yeah,
Yeah, at all. Like not even slightly.
But you could argue that now it's kind of reaching kind of with SoundCloud being as open as it is, it's kind of reaching the problem that you see on like Steam. You know, where there's so many games and so many of them are just not really that great.
Yeah.
That it's hard to find stuff that's really good, even if there's brilliant stuff there.
That is so true.
SoundCloud,
Like,
you got to look for like, for me with SoundCloud, it's like a bunch of artists. Like every artist I could probably think of, like all of my favorites. If I go on SoundCloud, I'll find some of their best pieces of work because of the fact that like there's so much music they made before they became like big days didn't put out that it's just fantastic.
Yeah,
Like it's, oh dude.
Chris, do you have a SoundCloud?
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
So you have the Spotify and the SoundCloud, huh?
SoundCloud was just like, I think I used it more as like a Google Drive for
Oh, okay.
songs.
Yeah.
Because Google Drive didn't exist.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I need a place to put all this music, but I don't want to post it really because it's not finished.
Yeah.
So it's just this like endless list of private demos and like podcasts and like audio snippets that I would just make for videos.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
could download them from other places.
Do you have
But-
SoundCloud?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I have a SoundCloud, yeah. Me and my friend, one of our friends, we
That's
made
funny.
we made an album.
I didn't know that.
A little album. It was really bad. It's really fucking horrible.
I'm sure it's
actually.
probably-
Wow,
That's awesome.
It needs to be unearthed.
You should put that out.
I might put it out.
I
I'm
bet-
gonna
I-
talk to him. One of our friends, Elliot. We made a he made a Christmas album, and it was
That sounds
fucking-
hilarious,
It was
honestly.
fucking yo. If you guys think I had no filter now, bro, when I was younger, it was anything I thought of that was bad. I would just say
You want to name drop the link?
never.
I would
never.
I would love
I will put it out though. I'll search. I'll ask the person like where it was, and I'll put it out, and you guys will
I,
get a
at the
fucking
very
treat out
least,
of
would
it.
love to hear that.
You'll
Right?
get a treat out of it.
But,
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I think of even the music from the 2000s that I thought personally was like a step down from previous artists' work. Like, I can't argue now. Like, they're just good.
Yeah.
Like, American Idiot is just good.
I
Like
never
it's
thought that wasn't
objectively
good.
good.
I never thought that
I
wasn't
didn't
good,
really
though.
like it. I was more of like because I preferred Insomniac and Dookie from like the 90s. And when they went to American Idiot, it was like this whole opera thing, and I was like, I don't know if I care about
That
this.
album was
But
dope.
it's an iconic record.
Yeah.
And
Very
like
much so.
Yeah.
a lot of it's catchy, man. It's good. It's good.
I was being
It's
a
good
hipster
music.
about that. All the well, see, I didn't dislike that album. I didn't allow myself to get fully enthralled with it because of the stupid kids I would see wearing fucking ties and black.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were annoying me. Where I was just like, man, fuck this band. I love fucking Green Day, and they're just kind of just so. So I was doing that little hipster thing. After I got rid of that because I was like, that's stupid. And then realizing that, especially the song "Holiday," that sounds like it should be on Dookie. Like the song "Holiday," if you remember that song on that album,
Yeah.
American Idiot. It's one of those songs that because I listened to it a lot more because I was watching this movie called Accepted, and then it came out in 06 where they made that fake college.
The Justin
Ask me
Long.
about
Yes,
my wiener?
yes. Ask me about my wiener.
Yeah, I remember
so
that shit.
I watched that a
Classic.
lot in like 06 or something like that. Me and my friends watch all those dumbass movies like 40 Year Old Virgin, anything like that.
Yeah.
And Holiday was in that. There was just a little montage of like them fucking around and skateboarding and jumping in the pool, doing all the crazy stuff when they're just dicking around. And I was just really listening. I'm like, this song sounds like it should be on Dookie. Like it sounds. I was like, there's some really good shit on here.
Yeah.
And then I started to listen to it more and more, and then realized even like the opera stuff, even the epic pop punk shit that's in there, like
Are We the Waiting and like stuff like that.
I was like, they're
good.
This is
They're not bad
this is
songs.
It's
good.
not bad at all, and like they mix pretty well. Like they lead into each other, kind of like on Dookie. There were some tracks that led into like I think there's one track that leads into Longview. I can't remember the name of it, but like there's a lot of stuff like that, and
Great
it's like this
song.
is kind of well done. Like I still think I prefer like the older stuff,
Sure.
but that's a good record. The Black Parade. That's a
Parade.
good record. I don't even like My Chemical Romance at all.
Dude, I
Like,
You
at
hate them.
all.
You actually hate them.
let me tell you
You bring
something.
up how much you don't like them frequently.
let me
I
tell you
really
something.
can't stand
My
it. But
friend-
that is a good album.
Yo, dude, my friend changed my mind about them when he, because I only heard the song Helena, and I was like, well, whatever. And then my friend, we were driving, and he was like, dude, put on The Ghost of You, and that's on 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge or whatever.
Yeah.
It is.
Ghost of You, the music video and the song together, because it's like they're at that dance. It's like the USO ball or whatever. They're all like World War II, and then they're storming Normandy Beach, and then Ghost of You is one of the best pop songs of all time. Like, if you hear that song, go listen to that song. It is insanely well constructed, and it's so emotional. And then attached to the music video is, I mean, you have Normandy Beach, man. Like that's crazy. So that's something that made me listen to them a little bit more, and I started seeing some of their other shit. I was like, okay, these guys got some fucking
It's
talent.
good, man.
These guys got some legit.
And there's a lot of
talent,
records
dude.
like that, man. Like Hot Fuss was a pretty iconic
Hot Fuss
record
is
for
fun.
that
Oh my
time.
God,
I love
dude.
every song on that album.
Dude,
I know that's like these are all like popular.
Yeah.
From that time.
Yeah, they are.
But
But
like
see-
they're still like they're actually really good.
If it comes on, I'm fucking singing
Yeah.
that shit.
All these things that I've done is like such a such a fucking good song.
Yeah.
Man, I love that song.
Yeah, the rocks of 2000s had some hitters.
Yeah, but
yeah.
it wasn't even like it wasn't
Was
heavy.
was the Machine around at that time?
Rage
Was
Against the
that
Machine?
That was definitely like early.
that
early
was
2000s.
yeah,
It was
very
early 2000s.
very
that was like late 90s or
late
2000s.
90s
yeah.
and then beginning of 2000s.
That was like my rock vice. Like them and Nirvana.
Nirvana,
Yeah, that was like my rock vice.
I got
Yeah.
obsessed with Muse, man.
Muse
Muse
is
is
interesting.
so-
I'm
Muse
almost
is
kind of
so
ashamed
good.
to admit it because it really is just it's like how would you describe it? It's like space.
Some of the shit is
like
definitely
outlandish fucking
some of
rock
the shit
music.
like obviously like Knights of Sidonia is like ridiculous, but it's such. But they're like their variety to me. Like their variety. Like they
Yeah,
have such,
yeah.
they have a song Hysteria that like damn. Anytime you hear the bass line where it starts off, it's like one of these iconic things that there's like Schism by Tool when you hear this bass line. Everyone there's a bassist has to I need to learn this. I need to learn fucking Hysteria. There's certain things that
Yeah.
people hear.
Yeah, yeah.
And even their album when they started becoming like what I'd call like Alex Jones rock because they had an era where it was just like they were just like, oh, the Resistance and the Uprising or whatever. And I still love those songs. And they actually had an interview with Alex Jones. I was
Oh
like,
my
funny
god,
as shit.
really?
Dude.
They did?
and then the next album, they're like, oh, dude, we're fucking like, we're a little bit out of pocket. Sorry. They were like, they kind of got back to what they're doing. And they're still coming out with some fucking bangers.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of good shit. And, like, honestly, like, one of my favorite people who's, like, kind of defined a lot of the 2000s, I think. Andre 3000. Andre 3000
even in the
is
90s,
such
bro.
a strange person.
Because
he was enormous. And, like, people didn't know who he was, really. And, like, he didn't do anything that was crazy. He didn't, like, go off on publicity stunts or, like, do anything outlandish. He just made great shit.
Yeah.
And then just left. He just like, I made my shit, I'm leaving.
Now, if anyone denies this, they're an idiot. Andre 3000 is one of the greatest rappers to have ever touched this planet, period.
He's in a lot of top 10 lists. A lot of top 10 lists.
Period. Like, when you do your top 10 rappers, he needs of all time. Like, I have my top 10 of modern and top 10 like the 90s, but all time, he is such a talent that and he's from the South, which breeds terrible rappers. The South has the worst rappers. I'm from New York, and we always shit on how LA rappers are garbage, but the South rappers are the fucking worst. They suck. They are dumpster fuel.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the West Coast was not about rap. It was about the beats, man.
It was about nah, dude. You can't say it wasn't about the raps. You tell me Snoop Doggy Style wasn't about the raps.
I don't,
what?
dude.
Snoop is come on.
His most iconic shit, man. Like, if you hear that shit, hear it a cappella without the beats, man, you're gonna be like, oh shit, what the hell? God damn it! I like stepped on my.
He almost called the cops.
You almost called the cops with your feet by accident.
Oh my god, that's fucking next level shit.
I think I was getting upset.
What do you mean? What do you?
He was getting so mad that he subconsciously called the cops. Oh man! So we got some questions that we're gonna end on, and we'll segue into some Star Wars shit if we feel like it.
Yeah.
That's our lightsaber.
I mean, if we do Star Wars, we might have, because where are we at in time? Like,
we are at 1:19.
An
hour and 19.
Oh, that's it?
We got time.
Okay, we have plenty of time. What the fuck?
You fuck with Star Wars a little bit.
For some reason,
the aim is typically an hour 30.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Okay, yeah, we
got time.
Yeah, we good.
Luis Enrique sounds like a Hispaniola coming over here.
It's the most Hispanic name I've heard in a while.
It is really the congrats.
A long while.
This is a question for Tom and Chris. When you did the initial Q&A and Tom broke the MacBook, was it a prop / broken, or did you actually have to buy a new one? This is in reference to like a really, really old clip. Oh my
god, the Bears in My Body one?
Where I
shit.
I had a clip at the end of one of my videos. I don't even remember which one it was, but like I had Sweeney watch this slam poetry session featuring a handful of insanely disabled children. And he snapped my MacBook in half. That MacBook was not a prop. It was broken. It was my old laptop, and it was broken to shit. And I thought it would be hilarious.
And it was, clearly. That's a rocket me to being fucking Tom Sweeney now. Skyrocketing.
I thought it would be hilarious to just the image of you snapping a MacBook in half and it being an actual MacBook would have been anything that's like, the thing about like physical comedy like that, when it's involving like expensive shit, if it's a real thing, it's instantly funnier.
Yeah.
It's instantly funnier because it's like, that is a lot of money.
That is money you just broke for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but that thing was beyond repair.
Some of its parts now are worth so much less than what it was before, and you broke it. You were so duress that you broke it. That's insane to me.
That thing was completely fucked. I did a similar thing with a TV. Like, we had a TV that got smashed.
God.
They got smashed when we were moving here to Burbank, and it got smashed in the mail. So I did I think I did it for an ad.
And I was like, "Why are you doing that?"
And
That's
I just like,
money. It's
and
expensive.
I just fucking hammered the
the
TV
shit out of it. He beat shit out of a fucking television.
That must feel pretty good.
It feels pretty great because I mean, like, it's useless.
It's gone.
It's just, you might as well gain something from it, and you know, if you could turn it into a joke, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just a broken MacBook. That was fucked. The battery was exploding. I think you can even see in the video like
bulbous.
The seams of like the plastic that keeps the computer together were like bulging.
That video was That video was eye-opening, actually.
Which one? The kids doing slam poetry?
Yeah, that shit hurt.
The little
me.
kid that looks like fucking MODOK.
He looked
Like
like MODOK.
MODOK?
He looked
What?
like MODOK from
How?
fucking AIM.
Have you never seen
fucking-
Bears in My Body, Derek?
You don't need to see it.
I'll show you Bears in My Body.
Well,
I'll send it to you. Don't
don't
worry.
need- you don't need
You
to
can
see
watch it at your own leisure.
all right. I'll get it.
That shit is.
I'll get around to it when I'm like
seeing,
happy.
Seeing
you know?
children in pain just makes me feel.
He wasn't in
bad.
pain. He was talking about, I'm cute. I'm cute. I want to be a bear.
I have bears.
He sounded like that, actually. He sounded like Meatwad.
Oh,
Matt,
no.
Maddox Cooley wrote in. I guess I'll reiterate my question. I just DM'd for convenience sake, but here it goes. How do you feel about ketchup on different foods? I got friends who will put ketchup on pizza, eggs, and steak.
My girlfriend puts a ketchup on eggs, and if you're listening to this, sweetheart, that's fucking weird. That's
Ketchup on
weird.
eggs?
That's some Mexican shit right there.
Oh yeah, well, hey man, hit the nail on the head right there, muchacho.
Is that weird?
It's not.
Disgusting.
It's
I
not.
don't. I don't like ketchup on anything. I think ketchup's just like disgusting because
don't
it's
like
just
ketchup,
tomato
Sugar.
syrup,
Yeah,
and it's like
with a
really
bunch of sugar.
Yeah, everything about it is just like off-putting to me. But like I've seen a lot of people put ketchup on eggs, so I just assumed it was a normal thing.
I fucking hate ketchup in general because I just don't like.
Yeah,
I don't
same.
like sauce really. Like I'm just not a sauce kind of man. You know, I like if something's good, it doesn't need sauce.
I agree.
Unless it's like particularly like some pasta with some sauce, like
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Well,
because pasta's already godlike. So sauce on pasta is like has to be godlike
Yeah.
sauce.
No, I agree.
Well, yeah, you got the sauce with the pasta. That's you have to do that. Meat sauce, spaghetti, it has to be good for sure.
Even if
Everything
it's like
else,
white sauce, it's got to be something.
yeah. Everything else, I agree with you. Like I'm a sauce minimalist, where I've always, especially when it comes to like say like fried chicken, if you depend on sauce, then your chicken's not good.
not that good,
It
yeah.
needs to be good on its own.
But I've had some fried chicken with hot sauce before that really opened my eyes. But it doesn't need it initially. It should not need hot sauce. It should just complement what it is.
Compliment. That's exactly like complimenting things. Like there's a sauce. It's actually, I don't go to Popeyes very often, but they have this sauce that you should just steal from there. That's called.
It is really good. I know what you're talking about.
What do you think I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say blackened ranch.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so you know exactly. Okay. So blackened ranch. If you can hoard that, it's amazing with a lot of stuff. When it comes to ketchup, now ketchup's too sweet. And
Never good.
And look, a lot of people have an issue with the way that I feel about. I like savory with savory, salty with salty, sweet with sweet. I don't do much crossover. So the thing is, like, say I love French fries. It's one of my favorite things to eat.
Same.
And so ketchup is really sweet, and I don't like putting my salty ass fries in ketchup typically, unless there's no salt on the fries.
Which is just a
then,
bad fries.
Then it's bad fries. But then it's like, fuck, okay, I'll take the ketchup because I need something, because plain fries is the worst.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I just don't. I'm not big on sauce. I'll have it sometimes. I think I'm like you. I think.
Yeah.
But like Gus's chicken is pretty fucking incredible.
Yeah, it doesn't
and
need
you don't
sauce.
need. It doesn't need sauce at all.
Yeah.
But it should always have like, I don't know, like I as far as like mixing stuff, I feel like I'm more like you, where I don't like to mix things generally.
It depends, dude.
But
Every now
occasionally,
and
man,
then.
occasionally there's something.
Tell 'em about
the
it.
fucking cheese curds
with caramel.
with caramel at fucking Buffalo Wild Wings. I swear to you,
It's fucking delicious. dude.
I swear to God, this is absurdly good for no good reason. It sounds disgusting.
It does.
I hate the idea.
It
of
is so. We went there one day and somebody was like, "You want to try with like ketchup or like caramel?" And I was like, "What the
Yeah,
fuck
we
is
went
she
there
talking
with
about?"
with Yang, yeah, right?
Yeah,
And we
Young-
went to this Buffalo Wild Wings, and this lady's like, "Oh, you should have them with caramel." I was like, "What the fuck?" And we had them, and then everybody was too afraid to do it, and somebody did it, and they
You
were
were
like,
like, "Yo,
"Dude, this is
try."
amazing." And then we all tried it, and it's like, "Yep, unanimous." Everybody that I've showed this to has agreed. I think you will like it.
Maybe I will.
I'm
'Cause
sure.
I did that one time. Me, our friends and I on this was 4th of July, 06. We accidentally created an alcoholic beverage. So we had a Miller Lite, which is gross light beer.
disgusting.
Yeah. And then we had a Oreo shake from Carl's Jr. Now, somehow it got mixed. If somebody poured the Miller Lite in it, and then I'm automatically thinking like, that's absolutely disgusting. But no, it tastes like a cream soda. It was like a alcoholic cream soda. And we were like, wait, what the fuck? This is good. It's delicious. And it was my friend Gary, he did it. And Gary, we called him, he was a cool nerd. He was just a super nerdy guy, but he was cool. So we called him a cool nerd. So we named it after him. We're like, dude, we'll make you a cool nerd right now. And so if you take now, there's probably better light beers you can use, you know.
Yeah.
I'm
but
sure there's better ones.
You would put in like it tasted like an alcoholic cream soda. It was crazy.
That
So
sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of dope, honestly.
So it might be like that, where it sounds awful, but
Yeah.
it tastes
It's
good.
just wild how flavor profiles work.
For
I wish
me-
I was a chef.
For me, dude, you
Right?
know what's crazy? It's a sin. It's a sin, and I'm a New Yorker, and you guys are gonna hate me for it.
Here we go.
You guys are gonna hate me for it.
You don't
It's a
put
sin.
fucking. What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
You know what I'm gonna say.
I don't.
You know what I'm gonna say.
Just say it.
Hawaiian pizza isn't half bad. It's not my preferred kind of pizza. I'm not looking for
Fucking
like
asshole.
if I'm getting pizza, I'm getting a plain slice usually, or a slice of pepperoni.
Yeah.
But I've had Hawaiian, and like, oh, this is really not that bad. Particularly like prepared like real Hawaiian pizza.
I'm not opposed to the idea of pineapple on pizza, but I better not ever see it.
I am.
You can do whatever
sorry.
you want with your with your pizza. You can desecrate your own food.
Yo, it's
But
not
if I
half
am
bad,
in,
bro.
if I am in a room
I just don't. I
with
disagree.
pineapple pizza, I will probably snap.
Pineapple
I will probably
pizza
lose
with some
my
ham
shit.
on there, bro. Look,
the
look,
no,
look, my guy. Look,
Ham.
Ham is great on pizza for me.
Look, I thought it was
guy.
bad until I went to think I was somewhere in the Bronx, and somebody was like, yeah, young. It was an older black guy. He was working at a pizza place, and I was like, this is already confusing. And he was like, yo, young blood, you got to try this. And he gave it to me, and I took a bite, and I was like, this is amazing. I remember sitting down in the chair, just like, what is this? Because I was like, I don't like pineapples. I fucking hate them, actually.
Oh, I like pineapple.
I love pineapple.
On pizza with ham, some greasy ham.
Maybe that's the
some
thing. Maybe that's
the
if you-
combination is. I think
maybe
what it
if
is.
you like pineapples, you might not like pineapple on pizza.
I think that actually there's probably something to that.
That might be it,
Because I
don't
love
like
pineapple.
I
Pineapple's
love- I
great.
fucking love
pineapple
pineapple.
soda. Like, have you ever had pineapple like
Every
flavored
now and then,
shit?
yeah.
You ever had fucking
It's
cactus
delicious.
cooler, son?
Cactus cooler is a fucking whole ass beast, man.
Yeah.
It's
You put an orange and pineapple, man. That's fucking dude. That's jizz worthy, dude. And
Honestly,
like, but
I'm going right now.
I am a cheese connoisseur. I love
cheese.
like I'll get some smoked Gouda, you know, whatever. I'm a cheese connoisseur. And when you put some fucking sweet citrus bullshit on my cheese, you ruin the cheese. That's the thing for me. So when the pineapple is cooking on the cheese, I'm like, get this fucking shit off my mozzarella. It completely changes the flavor of mozzarella.
Yeah.
It does, but I think it does for the better sometimes, man.
I completely disagree.
Here's the thing. I think that a pineapple slice probably isn't one that you can fold that easily, right?
It's not easily. It's not. It's not. It's like
It's more of a messy slice.
It's not the rings. It's like little pieces of it. It's like little pieces of the
yeah,
ring. It's
look.
not the entire rings on it.
Right.
'Cause I'm not eating a whole entire ring of pineapple. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Absolutely not.
I don't know, man. The spirit of pizza, to me, is the speed of it. Like
That's very true.
It's done in 20 minutes. You pick it up. You can move with it. And the second, like, pepperoni is the maximum that you can put on something, unless you're at like a party or something. And then it's like,
Then
Put
do
a
your
bunch of
thing.
shit
then
on
you
it.
can do whatever. You do chicken bacon ranch. I'm not a fan of that shit, but like you could do it. I'm not gonna be offended by it.
Just barbecue chicken pizza, bro. I think that's the greatest creation ever. Just gonna say that.
Oh,
But-
I'm also because barbecue sauce is very sweet, and so I don't like putting fucking
sorry, no,
barbecue
sorry.
sauce.
Buffalo chicken, no ranch. Buffalo chicken.
Buffalo
It's the
chicken's
spicy.
all right.
Yeah.
Buffalo chicken's
good.
all right.
Yeah,
Buffalo's
not
good.
barbecue.
I've had barbecue chicken pizza multiple times, and like some of my friends like marking out about it, and I just can't.
The sweetness is too
the
much.
sweetness
Yeah,
is
I
fucks
agree.
up the cheese, man.
They
I'm
don't
like,
they don't complement each other
Yeah.
all that well.
Barbecue, a little
but yo,
spice.
can we agree on this? I don't know if you guys will agree, but I feel like a pizza isn't a pizza without pepperoni on it.
I disagree.
disagree?
Disagree.
Disagree?
Because a slice of pizza growing up where I was, it's a plain piece of pizza.
Like a fucking margarita. Like
No,
to me,
no,
that's
no,
like
but-
what's a plain piece of pizza? You use?
Just cheese.
Yeah, that's what a
it.
margarita pizza is.
It is?
It's
What?
it's called margarita if you just get with cheese on it.
No, it's called
I
a plain
swear to
piece
you
of
that's not
pizza.
true.
No, it's called I am 100%. Type in margarita pizza. It's a cheese. It's sliced. It's a sliced to cheese pizza.
No, it's
Oh
not.
fuck, you guys know now? How do you not know
swear
about
to God,
this?
this
It's
is
just
not-
That
regular.
is 100% real.
It's just a. I mean,
Maybe out here.
No,
we-
it's fucking everywhere, dude.
we grew up in the.
I knew you
pizza-
grew up in the pizza, but you just never paid attention to it. Like saying, if you told somebody, "Give me a margarita," and they're gonna give you a fucking slice of cheese pizza.
You're wildin'. Yo, people. So I've had this argument with people also, and people are like, okay, a plain pizza is a piece of pizza with nothing on it. It's like, no, the fuck, it's not.
No,
It's a piece of pizza with cheese on
Plain
it. That's
means
it.
cheese because
No, a
pizza is implied.
No,
That it has cheese
is,
on it.
The cheese is implied by the fact that it's a pizza.
No.
What you're seeing is a margarita pizza.
Yeah, that's a margarita.
That's a margarita pizza.
That is some
has
fucking.
ricotta on
That is
it.
some dumb Italian shit.
I just
dude.
fucking Googled it, man. This
Yeah.
is what Google says. This is
Look.
what the AI say.
Look, man.
The smart things say this.
All right, cut this out. Cut this shit out, dude. cut this
shit out.
Cut this shit out because I'm telling you, I've been to a few places and like say even like, and I know you guys don't fuck with like Pizza Hut and shit like that. If you were just saying like, oh, you get a margarita, they're gonna give you just fucking cheese. And the whole thing is like, well, I even and I understand what you're saying, putting plain pizza or whatever, or cheese. So you would just eat cheese because to me. The reason why I said pepperoni is to me such a staple of pizza is because I feel like without any toppings, it's just a fucking breadstick. It's a
I
breadstick
disagree
that's
with-
shaped as a slice.
I don't agree, but I
Understand where
agree.
you're
I
coming from.
agree in the sense that I think a slice of pizza with pepperoni on it is the pinnacle of what a pizza is.
That's pizza.
That
That's
to me
pizza.
is what the peak of pizza is. But I think you can dress it down. I think a plain slice, specifically, like you can get delicious plain slices in New York.
Yo, fantastic.
But-
You've been in New York. You probably had pizza in New York too.
yeah,
I think, but like I half agree and I half don't. Like I think a pepperoni slice is iconically pizza. Like I think specifically, if you had like a pizza emoji, it would have pepperoni on it.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, I would.
absolutely.
Yeah, I would.
Because it would have to.
But I really feel like the just the grease from the pepperoni alone, it really like solidifies.
Dude, it really
what-
makes the pizza so good.
That's
it's just,
what-
it's so
it does,
amazing.
but I like plain pizza sometimes, but I also have a weird fixation with like plain things.
What I'll typically
at
get
the same time?
I know what you mean.
It's weird, like it's plain rice. There's something about it. White rice
yeah,
is
yeah.
good.
Like when you're at KBBQ or like
Yes.
and you get the bowl of rice.
Oh, I mean,
and
I
I'm
got
just fucking munching on like this that, and I'm like, I don't really want anything else.
I know
just
what you
want this
mean.
Rice.
I can totally
okay.
sympathize
Or like
with that.
plain pasta. Like I think it's just mostly grain.
okay, plain pasta, no,
Or even
that's weird to me.
even
Sorry.
lightly seasoned chicken. Like it doesn't have to be over the top, but it's like if it's a little bit of seasoning, it's enough to like make it taste good.
I understand.
weird. It's
I get what you mean.
I think there is, and my friend, I have to hit him up about this because he told me there was like a famous restaurant where the guy believed in like minimal ingredients, and the way that he would serve his burgers, for example, was what you would consider plain. Because too many people, usually people are going the opposite direction. They put everything on a burger.
Yeah.
And my thing is,
I hate that.
I know, me too.
much.
My thing is like what they're trying to do is they're like, oh, they want to hit all your taste buds. I feel like that's impossible because when there's certain things mixed together, it just tastes like a jumbled fucking mess.
Yeah, you can't identify it.
And then the thing is, and this is what the guy said. He said that you can't when you put like lettuce, tomato, onion, pickle, condiments, all this shit like stacked together. It's like
You're not even tasting the meat.
the meat is you've completely changed the flavor of the meat. It's not even you don't know like if you put in like salt, pepper, some herbs and shit into your ground beef. That shit's gone. Like it's been
Yeah.
completely overshadowed by everything else you put on it. So I'm a very minimalist. Like I like cheese, grilled onions. A lot of times that's it. you know, like
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when I get like a burger from Five Guys, I'm
Yeah.
typically getting like a plain bacon cheeseburger.
For me,
Just bacon cheeseburger. That's it. Like, cause I don't know. Maybe lettuce is
I
the
don't
most
eat,
I'll go.
I don't eat burgers all that much. I'm more of like a sandwich guy. But when I make sandwiches at home, I make like lettuce, tomato, some like honey turkey, some Swiss, and a little bit of mayo, and that's it. Like I don't need a whole bunch of stuff on my thing.
That's
but I
pretty
do
basic, yeah.
But I do love lettuce and tomato though. Like I really, really, really like lettuce a lot.
I-
like way more than most people do. I just fucking love it. It just tastes great to me. The crunch you get from it, so satisfying.
That's
dude.
usually why people
Yeah.
like it so much. The crunch, because my thing is, especially iceberg lettuce, is nothing. It's fucking like 90% water. It's just filler.
Yeah.
But like if you like have a little bit of romaine lettuce, like a little bit of a fancier type of lettuce, where it does sometimes add a little bit of flavor to something, especially to me if you're having something with meat sauce like red like marinara or something like that, and if you want to add a little bit of like some of those spinach or something to it, it kind of adds to it.
Spinach is amazing, too. I love spinach.
I'm also I think I'm just ruined like as a kid where most things that are healthy for me like just taste awful to me. Like it's to the point where like it's so bitter on my tongue that I'm like I'm not enjoying this. I'd rather just not have it on my fucking food.
That's what I feel about celery. I can't eat celery.
Yeah.
I'm not big on celery.
I
either.
bite into celery and like that little faint taste that it has is so obnoxious to my taste buds.
It's an obnoxious faint
It's so,
taste.
it's so faint, but it's like, oh my god, it's like a fucking very low hum. Whereas like this is just bothering me.
My palate's just kind of weird. Like I don't really like. I hate pickles. I can't
love
stand
pickles.
pickles.
I love the taste.
but
of
I love
pickles.
olives. I'll eat a whole fucking thing of olives.
I
honestly.
like olives to a certain extent. Like I can eat olives for a little while, then eventually
the ones
like,
with the
this is
pepper in
disgusting.
them. I'm not gonna do the pitted ones. Like the fuck.
Olives freak me out. I don't know what they're about. They're just weird to me.
Because I know what it is. Because you just don't know what the hell they are.
Yeah.
Because they're not really. I'm sure they're like a fruit or a vegetable or something.
They're fruits.
They hang on.
But
yeah,
the
they're
problem
fruits
is
on the little trees.
Yeah, but here's the problem with it, right? It's like you can tell me any of that. You tell me it's like, oh, it's a fruit, oh, it's a vegetable, and both of them would make sense to me.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Like I
very
would just
weird.
like, yeah, sure.
Because they're fruits by the way they grow, but like the way they grow, but like they're vegetables definitely by the way they're used.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're used as vegetables.
Kind of like a fucking tomato.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
I love tomatoes. Tomatoes are so
Well, tomatoes
so
make
delicious,
so
dude.
many like without. I mean, you wouldn't have your fucking
Pizza.
your pizza sauce.
Yeah.
Like
Tomatoes are good, dude.
Tomatoes are hit and miss though, also because sometimes you can get a real good tomato,
So you can
and
get
other
a
times you can
fucking-
get like a fucked tomato
that
that
fall in on itself. It's disgusting, like a fucking black hole.
Yo, people say if you want some I forgot what part of Europe, but they say there's a part in Europe that's where you really need to get your tomatoes from. I don't remember, but they're always saying like there's always people saying like there's certain areas where you need to get like if you want to get your bread, you get your bread for a while when I was eating a lot of sandwiches, I would get my bread from France.
Yeah, French bread is really good.
Like you get like the stuff that they make over there, and supposedly kind of like where they would say New York's water really makes the dough. Like I would hear that from a lot of people. So I think it was
yeah.
the same principle.
Yeah,
like
but
you
yeah.
need to get your shit from here, and you pay a pretty penny, but I guess you're having like better shit though.
There is something about the water back home, dude. Because it like, I've had faucet water my whole life, and like as soon as I left New York City, I drank faucet water. And I was like, this is disgusting. I instantly knew it was disgusting.
What is there like a filtration system in
I
the
feel-
city?
I feel
in
like
in
there
New
is in
York,
New
they
York,
have
yeah.
there's something they do in New York that where the water's way better than like say you go in other places over here.
That's so strange.
Yeah,
I don't
like-
know how you would do that. How do they
Bro,
do
New
that?
New York's water sewage is probably so fucking filthy. There's so many people there that they have to filter it in general.
I guess so. I guess that does make sense.
So I guess they filter it
but that doesn't
naturally.
apply here.
They don't do it for some reason.
It isn't as here isn't as filthy.
Dude,
as
our
back
water
home,
tastes like
actually.
fucking blood.
It's really bad.
It tastes like blood.
Our water is so bad.
It's
like here,
disgusting.
it's fucking wild.
It's crazy because one time, remember the time I boiled water too long and it went there and there was residue in the pot?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh
And
yeah.
I was like, what is
all the
that?
chemicals, man.
It was fucking just
I
like
couldn't fucking.
Let me
believe
tell
it.
you how bad our fucking water is. When I went to Norway for 3 weeks, all right, I was showering in their amazing fucking mountain spring water. I was drinking from their faucet. I was like, this tastes like the clearest shit ever. When I came back to SoCal, I was itching immediately. I took a
Absolutely, yeah.
shower. I was so irritated. My eyes were red. Like that's how my skin was like, oh my god, real water. This is amazing. And I came back, and it took me like a month to adjust back.
same thing when I went to Mexico, low fucking key actually. Low key when I shot the first time I got back here, I was itching. Cause my body was like, "This is infection. Your infection is touching you."
When I moved here from New York, that happened. Like I
Yeah.
didn't think anything of it. Now that you're thinking, now that you're mentioning all this,
I thought I was just itching.
well, like what I thought it was that okay, I drove here
So you're
from
sweating
like,
a lot, yeah.
so I'm just like I'm not feeling very great. I'm not in the best place to be. I'm like washing my clothes with like completely different detergents and stuff. I figured it was like just something like from just changing where I was, or just even just like the heat.
It's part and parcel to the water, dude.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
think
for
about
sure.
that.
Yeah, definitely.
That is crazy. That never clicked in my head at all.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's how it's like just water. Like when I went to London, the water texture there was different, and that
Yeah.
was wild.
Huh.
That was the wild. It's probably the same way. I know you probably just didn't pay attention. 'Cause
Maybe
it
I
was hot
didn't.
water, maybe.
Yeah.
But like, dude, the texture was different. Like, and even in Jamaica, the water's thicker there.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's so you've been to Puerto Rico before. It's the same fucking kind of water. The water there is like more jelly-ish, if that
Dense?
makes any sense. Yeah, it's just more dense. So when you
Yeah.
move your hand through the water, it feels like you're moving more than you would back here.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
So some smart person that's listening to this can tell us exactly why and be like, oh, here, listen, asshole.
Yeah, drop the details in the link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do we start talking about?
I don't know.
I don't.
This whole thing is
Was
just
that
get
from a question?
It
that-
was.
Was it? What were we talking about? No, we were talking about ketchup.
Fuck.
Ketchup.
Ketchup led
Ketchup
to
was the
fucking
topic.
dense water.
How dense water is.
All right. Well, we can just
that
start
is-
getting into this Star Wars shit before we forget, because I don't want to have this be the thing that keeps getting knocked back to like every other episode.
We talk about it until episode 10 comes out or whatever the fuck.
Episode 13.
Good
We're fucking
lord.
we have a fucking like screening somewhere, and then, like, when are you guys gonna talk about Star Wars?
It's just insane.
Give me
so,
time.
So just to recap, I don't think anybody really needs a recap, but the new Star Wars movie is probably like the most divisive one, I think. If that's even somehow, it's the most divisive one in history, even with the
one prior to it existing.
Yeah, the Last Jedi being a fucking clusterfuck. I think I watched the Last Jedi recently. I actually didn't mind it that much, genuinely.
Okay.
I also don't like or care about Star Wars, though.
Okay.
Well, see,
So
that
is also
makes a
factor.
lot of sense.
I, on the other hand, love Star Wars. Read a bunch of the expanded universe.
Oh,
It was my favorite fantasy world until I started doing D&D and reading Tolkien.
yeah.
So I love Star Wars. And I thought that movie was a fucking travesty.
The Last Jedi.
Like me and Skeptic, I've met a Skeptic about it. We've talked about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
He's heated. And Jeff.
Jeff, interesting about Jeff, because I didn't think he'd like those type of movies.
Yeah, me
I
neither.
definitely thought Jeff would like a ton of movies. Because we talked about comic books one time. And he like fucking knew his comics. And I was like, oh shit. He's a nerd too.
He never talks about it. That's why.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I don't
never-
think about
yes,
it. I don't
that's
think he
true.
would be interested
Yeah.
because he's always
That's
trolling
true.
people on Twitter.
He loves it, dude.
That's all he does.
He dwells in that realm. He fucking
yeah.
basks it.
But yeah, I don't know. Like I saw the Last Jedi and I was like, this is bad. Right? It was a bad movie. But like this next one, I genuinely thought it was worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a hot take? I don't know if it is.
It's
definitely worse.
it's a hot take to people that I think that are really in their let's say their ideals, because the reason why The Last Jedi was such a divisive thing was because of Rian Johnson sprinkling his ideals within it. And also just being like, oh, I want, like you said, he wanted to subvert expectations. He wasn't caring about like the universe itself. He was like, I want to make my shit, and then also I'm gonna speak in little things that I'm happy about. Like he's the type of guy that tweeted out, talking shit about Gamergate or people that were pro. He's that guy. He's the guy that's like, oh, I don't like all these people.
He's still talking about it?
He's not saying anything now, but like, you know, around the time when it came out, he was saying the people that are hating are these people, the Gamergaters and all this stuff. So he's that guy. So you know what was going on and why people hate it so much.
Yeah.
Right.
And then, I mean, watching it, it's still a steaming pile of shit. Like, there's still too much garbage in that movie that's inexcusable.
That movie, okay.
We're talking about The Last Jedi.
Yeah, we're talking about The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi was just such... That series clearly had no ending in mind. When you create a story, you have to have a beginning and somewhat of where you want it to end up.
Yeah.
That series had no clue where it wanted to end up.
The new trilogy.
It had no clue.
Yeah, absolutely. They did not plan that at all.
And you can see it in the first one. In the first one, now guys, I'm gonna be real. I love female characters. Like I love the beautiful Storm is one of my favorite characters. I love Storm. I like Wonder Woman. I like freaking Raina Cruz, the freaking not Raina Cruz. I think her name is Raina Cruz, the freaking Green Lantern woman. I like Rogue. I even like Carol Danvers actually.
I mean, she's not bad.
I love female heroes. I
Right.
fucking love them.
But-
Rey was awful. Rey was truly, truly, truly one of the worst female heroes I've ever seen in my life. Actually,
She was just an extreme trope, unfortunately.
she was just so dude. Her character undid so much work that was created for Star Wars. Her literal character just undid work. It undid the work of Anakin Skywalker, undid Luke's work, undid freaking even Palpatine. Like everything in the universe, her existence just ruined it.
I think
And I was like, yo, this bitch needs to die.
I don't know. I've never been that into Star Wars. I think the best Star Wars movie is Empire, and like
Undoubtedly.
the rest of them, honestly, I think genuinely every other Star Wars movie is like either mediocre or just kind of not great at all.
I think the fourth one's great.
The fourth one,
Yeah.
and New Hope.
I think it was great
It's
too.
fine.
It's not Empire. Empire is just a fucking great
My
movie.
my issue with New Hope is, well, this is just the problem with having a series that lasts this long. Is that if you watch those movies chronologically, you're gonna have a point where you're seeing Rogue One happen, and then Darth Vader's just that ending scene in Rogue One, which is amazing,
Is,
actually.
like,
Where
fantastic.
Darth Vader's just crushing people. He's like a force to be reckoned with. And then
It shows
and
what
then,
it- yeah.
Yeah, and then A New Hope starts, and he's just walking around, where are the plans? And it's like, what the fuck?
And then when he,
That's why I like Clone Wars so much, actually.
well, see, it's the thing. It's even like I said a while back when the Old Republic MMO came out, and just the cinematics of there. I said, guys, watch this and see what Star Wars is capable of. and see like
why their world is so cool,
and why a lot of people are upset that like why aren't you doing this? It's kind of like if I could go back to when I briefly mentioned Arkham City and Arkham Asylum when we're talking about games. It was like finally we have something. This is capturing Batman perfectly, and so they haven't really done that for Star Wars. People would make little offshoots. They'd make video games. They do things and like this is so awesome. And then when it gets to the screen, the silver screen, the big screen or whatever,
it's home. It's literal home. It isn't like I watched Star Wars: The Clone Wars, and in the Clone Wars, they do all that Jedi shit that everyone's like, why aren't they doing this? They do that all the time. And it's like, this is fucking cool. I love it. But then I watch the movies, and I'm like, this is just so underwhelming. Like,
I think the new series should have been about Finn.
Absolutely. He's a better kid. He had a better start.
I just think the idea of a stormtrooper like defecting and then starting a rebellion within the...
That's from one of the games, I'm pretty sure.
I just think that's a cool idea. It's way
It's a
cool.
great idea.
It's way cooler than, hey, here's another person who grew up on a fucking desert planet who scavenges. Again, this is like the third fucking time that this has been the main character. It's like, are we really going to...
But see, the thing that was so dumb and
I know what you're going to talk about.
Well, first I want to say something before I kind of get into that, is that why would you... I understand why they do different directors in a series. You know, you can do an episode. You do an episode.
Yeah,
makes sense. That's cool.
But they're not on the same page, though.
Yeah, like that. And it's like, there is an arc of a script that you need to abide by, and we're going to get different directors to flesh it out. What they did was just do whatever, like, which is the weirdest thing. Like not having like here hot on the presses, and Rian Johnson comes in and it's like, I'm gonna do what I want. When things are that high at stakes, that's asinine to me. And the thing is, Finn absolutely was gonna be a much bigger character, just like in the beginning in The Force Awakens, when you can tell like Kylo Ren and him have that little thing where he kind of notices him. It means nothing now.
Yeah,
the way
literally.
they flesh it out. It means nothing. When he got the lightsaber, when that one guy was like traitor and they had their little fight, there was a little
He was using a lightsaber fairly proficiently.
And then afterwards, he used it again, but then he got his ass whooped by Kylo, which was fine. So it kind of showed you that this guy, and then there was going to probably be some training. That he was going to have a sequence at some point when he was going to like rise up and probably even like say lead a rebellion of like all the defectors. Something was going to happen.
Would have been cool.
Nothing happened. And another thing that I think would have been, I probably would have given a standing ovation, where when Rey was like in trouble, if Luke showed up, because look, Luke was like, I'm stupid, whatever, I'm sad.
One of my favorite
and then
dude.
fucking Han Solo, right, gets killed. I feel like at this point it's time to fucking, jump in hyperspace. It's time to do something now that this guy died too.
Your best friend, literally.
Yeah. And so now you need to deal with Kylo, because now he killed his father, which is your best friend. Like, something could have happened. They could have set this up perfectly. They screwed it up. No.
Yeah.
And then Rian Johnson did his thing, ruined everything, right? He ruined everything. And then now you get to the new one where they had plans. I don't know if you saw the leaked script that they had.
Apparently there was like a very vastly different leaked script.
For the second one.
For the third one.
Like very different.
For the third
like
one.
even concept art, like very different.
Yeah, and Rey they were going to continue with Rey is nothing actually. She's not related to Palpatine. They were going to do, and then they were just like, no, we need more money. We need Palpatine in there. And then they're just like, all the executives and people, they make the decisions.
Yeah.
So we need this, we need more recognition. And so what they had normally planned, and then it turned out into that huge clusterfuck, was the third one.
Yeah.
It's a mess. It's a
mess of a movie.
It is, I think, objectively a worse movie than The Last Jedi. Because The Last Jedi is bad, but it's also a movie that you can follow, that has beats, that actually has like something happening.
Yeah.
And there's actual arcs that happen. In this new one, it's just like a game. It's a video game. It's like, grab this thing, go here. Grab this thing, go here. Hey, did you see what just happened? Yeah, let's not think about it too much. Let's go here. It's like, it's. I swear to God, I think I missed half the plot because it was going so fucking fast. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
The pacing was terrible.
The pacing was terrible.
Absolutely.
And The Last Jedi was paced like a fucking movie. At the very least, you could sit and absorb a scene. That scene, that whole part at Canto Bight is terrible. Fucking garbage.
When they meet Klando?
I don't. Yeah. When they're
Casino in Canto Bight.
That shit is the most painful scene I've ever seen in a movie,
the
bro.
casino is such
That
a
shit-
baffling part of that movie.
Everything went
Which
wrong
sucks
with
because
it.
there are cool parts of that movie. I don't even really mind that Luke is like a piece of shit. I think that's kind of neat.
That shit made me so angry, but like
I kinda mind.
We've argued.
I don't mind it.
We've yelled at each other about this.
I just don't mind it.
I
because-
think
hate it.
because
I
you can
hate it
see
so much.
yourself in them. I think that's why you don't mind
no,
it.
I just don't mind it. I just don't mind it because
I mind it because of the fact that Luke is the shit. Luke
That's-
is
here's
the fucking
here's the
shit.
thing though. He could still be the shit and be an asshole if he actually comes back at the end and does the thing that they set him up to do. That's the problem with that movie, is that he could have been... It makes perfect sense that a guy who's like 50 years older than he was at the fucking beginning, at the end of the last trilogy, would have a different outlook on shit, and that he might be jaded and annoyed at the way things have gone. But the fact that he bitched out and died in a fucking hologram...
That
was the problem.
They just made him a
Because
pussy.
That's the problem. They started him off with kind of an interesting... It's like, oh, why is he such a... I thought him throwing the lightsaber over his thing was stupid as shit.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was dumb. And
He
the
could
way
have dropped it or
the
something.
way they handled that was dumb. But I think the idea of Luke being like an old curmudgeonly asshole and not wanting to do anything, I like that idea, but they just didn't pay it off with a respectable arc. The arc should have been, he starts off jaded, and he gets to the point where he wants to actually fight again, and he goes and risks his life to save everybody.
And then he
But
could have died during that.
And then he could have died during the
that
battle.
would've been great.
That would have been so much better than him fucking astral projecting himself and then passing away
And then
because
just,
it was...
bruh.
He just
drinking fucking green titty milk, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, Luke. Okay, for anyone who doesn't know this, Luke Skywalker in the expanded universe is a fucking force of nature. Like he puts Vader to shame, and Vader's a bad news. And they made him he was such a cuck, bro. They cucked him so hard, bro. He was the camera holder for cucks, bro. He was the guy that brought the cuck a towel. He was so fucking lame. And I was like, this is my favorite character from this universe.
Yeah.
Why are they doing this to him? Why are they making him so terrible?
Yeah, it's like when in the comics when they made Captain America a part of Hydra.
I like that, but that's
That's why like Captain America is one of my favorite characters. And when you do something like that, that's so you're like the antithesis of Captain America or like the antithesis of Luke Skywalker, you get frustrated.
Look, okay.
You get very frustrated.
But I don't know, man. Luke,
Wait.
we don't need to get into that.
No. Look, this is why. Look, real quick nerd argument. Okay, real quick. The reason why Captain America as Hydra was so insane is because of the fact that Captain America is the hero that every other hero respects, and he knows every person. So him being the wolf, he's like the wolf in the henhouse. Like they just gave him the key to fuck shit up, and that's why it was so amazing. Because it's like, yo, Cap knows everything about everyone,
I feel like
and that's so dope. Plus, he's also worthy for the Hammer of Thor. So that's terrifying.
But see, I feel like if you felt the way you did about Captain America, the way you do about Luke Skywalker, like I feel like I have a, you know, he would always be like somebody that I would main. He would be on my team. When I was playing Luke Skywalker. He was like one of my. I've always just liked the idea in that fucking shit. I just kind of like it was just a weird, kind of felt like a figure that I was looking up to.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel you.
And so and when I just. It was something that I feel like no one was asking for. I feel like people that didn't really, that they're like, oh, Captain America's cool, whatever. And then they're like, oh, that's interesting because there's a different take. But me, I'm like,
right.
No.
I love
slow
Cap,
down.
but like, yeah, I understand
slow
what you
down,
mean.
slow the fuck down. So the thing with Luke, like you said, what you said, not having that redemption arc or how he tried to kill Ben Solo.
That was stupid too.
That bothered me so much because that was literally the character that's anti his character.
That's what I mean.
Straight up 100%.
That's exactly what I mean, to the point where he wouldn't look, man. If he would go through hell and back to save his father,
who was an actual monster,
who killed a bunch of kids,
He was a Jedi hunter.
Yeah,
he hunted them and killed them, bro.
I think the idea of that was to show how much worse Kylo would have been.
But
to the degree that he would have to slip to. I don't really agree with that. The idea that he should have even done that. If Luke was driven to the point where he almost killed a kid, I think that's a pretty good reason for him to exile himself and be like, I do not deserve this. I don't deserve to be the hero that everybody thinks I am.
I agree with you. Like an impact of a narrative, that would be a very impactful moment.
Sure. Yeah. But they didn't do it.
For his character to even think of that is wild because of the fact that...
His character as of what, though?
His character as of the person who went through hell and back to get his dad, one of the most evil people ever exist, back to the light side.
Like,
Bro,
why would he
like
kill his nephew? You know?
He's a child. His dad was a child, and he could have learned. Sorry. Ooh.
But this is like 30 years, though.
That's true.
This is like 30 years of bullshit that's gone on.
But I understand, but like it's just... I don't know. His nephew's a kid.
I don't think the problem is any of it. I think the problem is just how they handled all the little moments. Like the fact that like him throwing the lightsaber all over his shoulder, that shouldn't have been there. Yeah. He shouldn't have been just sucking milk out of a tit. You know, like there are ways to subvert expectations and do things that even fans might at first kind of super disagree with in a way that actually is ultimately narratively satisfying. That people come away with and feeling like, oh, they did that super well. It's possible to do that. They just didn't. They just wanted to subvert the expectations and not actually deliver any kind of satisfactory character development in that movie.
Yeah, you know what upsets me? Why did he feel the need? Why would you ever feel the need to kill? Like, oh, he's going to be such a horrible person, so I got to kill him. That would never... That's not a good enough reason to want to kill a kid where you can be like, you know what? I need to reason with this fuck.
I need to literally train this kid to do the right thing.
And that's what makes me mad. I'm like, that's not good enough. Where a stupid movie like that can just do and have your motivations fleshed out so simply. Right. And then with something that has infinitely more stakes and much more of a bigger franchise, and they just like, well, whatever, let's just do whatever we fucking want. Who cares what the people...
It's really dumb. It's really dumb that they didn't have an established idea. Like, especially when you consider...
How big that franchise is.
Well, how big that franchise is and the parent company that owns both like them and Marvel. Like Marvel did this perfectly 10 years ago. And you didn't think to plan out 3 movies? They planned out like 20.
They have so much more in the fucking back burner.
And they still have a lot more. It's like I probably don't give a shit really about Marvel going forward.
Sure.
But
I'm definitely
but they planned
skeptical.
Shit. And like the fact that they didn't even plan shit is just like really baffling.
That's pretty asinine. That makes zero sense. It's one of those things why it's my friends that aren't into Star Wars, they find it much more interesting to watch the people like analyze everything that's going on and how it got to this point. Where, like you say, like how is that even possible when there's this much at stake that there isn't a clear path to where we're gonna go?
I have more fun watching videos of people making fun of Star Wars than I do watching Star Wars.
I love Star Wars.
Sure.
I still love Star Wars.
That new game was pretty good.
It was dope. The thing about this to me also is the fact that they have so much of the universe created for them. They don't have to go like the Legends universe. There's so much shit in there they could have taken and pulled from and put it into this movie series, but they just didn't.
Well, see, and a lot of these
confuses me. They could have just done that.
A lot of times, it's they default to. I don't remember who was telling me this. If it was you guys or if it was my friend Nando, but I don't know much about Harry Potter. Were we talking about this? Because they said that they changed. Maybe it was Nando. He told me that they changed the name from Philosopher's Stone to Sorcerer's Stone. And the reason they did that is because they thought, oh, enough people. And this isn't like people that are involved in the artistic direction. These are the people on top. They're like, oh, people are stupid and they're not going to understand what Philosopher's Stone means, even though they explain what it is. And number 2, you can just a quick little like Google was still a thing. So that's what they treat people like. So when they say, oh, people aren't going to know what that shit is when you talk about Legends or whatever, when you mention these things like, oh, people don't, we have to just do things that are like, we're going to create these new characters and people absorb them and they'll understand them. And it's like, that is unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary. And going into the third one, so the third of this new trilogy, it was the huge mess because of that, where they're like, oh, we demand this, and then it completely changed everything. And then just the plot and a lot of things were like, I can't believe this is happening.
And then her being Palpatine's granddaughter, that part fucking reeled me.
That part is baffling because it's like, what does that even mean? Does that mean that Palpatine fucks?
He's fucking.
Yes, Palpatine is, and this was the theory that we had.
Or is Palpatine like just the darkness or whatever the fuck?
No,
and he just.
I think he's laying pipe across the galaxy.
He had a whole straight up child. Like he piped someone and then helped them breed a baby.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I think, and you know what I think, and this was me trying to make things like make a little bit more sense in my head, is that he was laying pipe all across the galaxy. Not everyone was like Rey though. Rey was the chosen one that really inhabited the world. That's why it's like, oh, I'm interested in Rey, and because what are the odds that like, oh, he only fucked one time. And he just had one fucking.
I don't know,
and then
man.
they had
that whole thing is really bothersome because
thing
it doesn't make sense.
I mean,
also, it doesn't make sense that the fucking Emperor is back at all in the first place. But
because he exploded in
he
fucking
exploded.
Jedi.
Yeah, he blew the fuck
He
up.
fucking exploded
Remember
in
when
the
the ship
blue
he was
flame.
on erupted?
He atomized twice. Was that a clone? I don't understand.
Wait, no, he just fell down.
He fell
hit
down
the
into a
hit-
hole and exploded, atomized, fucking shredded.
And
It
then
blew
the
up,
dark
and then
side. Then
blew
the sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. And then didn't the Death Star 2.0
Yeah.
erupt?
Exploded as well.
Dude, his explosion exploded. He should be beyond dead, but he's alive. And the only explanation I can think of is that like Palpatine is like an entity, and there have been generations and generations of the same dude.
There hasn't
the
though.
only
They've
thing.
they've already established there has not.
I know.
That's
but
what makes it so fucked up.
And
you know what's really fucked though? I think I could forgive even all of the fucking problems with that movie, as terrible as it is, if at the end she just embraced the fact that she was a Palpatine.
That was the worst part of the movie.
That was the
Fucking
only thing she had to do.
denial.
It would have been fine
Denial.
too. It would have been nice. It would have been like, oh, okay, so she's like taking this
She's taking back
terrible
the
name and making it into something
just
that's
like
not,
a Skywalker. Anakin Skywalker was a menace.
Anakin Skywalker was literally
Exactly.
a planet raper.
And then-
he killed a lot of
And
people.
then Luke and Leia redeemed the Skywalker name. I literally thought that's what was going to happen, and I could not believe that she said she was Rey Skywalker.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I was in the movie with a few other people, and they're like, wait, what?
Yeah, because at the very least, because you could tell this whole series has been haphazardly thrown together. At the very least, it would have ended on something that was like mildly narratively satisfying.
Respectable.
Respectable at
Yes,
least.
Yeah.
especially when you found out that her parents saved her. They were Palpatines as well.
Yeah.
Like their parents saved her, so it's not like, oh,
They're all just fucking
I should
evil.
honor not even honor fucking Sheev, honor my parents by taking the Palpatine
and it's almost
name.
a good it's almost a good kind of generalized lesson of like blood doesn't
Make you who you are.
make you who you are.
Real talk.
But then it just doesn't. But then it's like, yeah, I'm a Skywalker.
I'm a
It's like-
Skywalker.
This is cooler.
Literally, fuck my parents. Like, who cares about them? I'm a
Fuck
Skywalker.
these people that sacrifice.
These people
their
were more of a
lives.
parents to me, even though like I just found out they sacrificed their lives.
I
Right?
don't know, man. This new trilogy is a mess.
It's I can't.
Watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars. It's fantastic. Seriously, watch it. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
It fleshes out Anakin. Is why Anakin is such a monster. Watch it.
You know what I'm looking forward to? I'm looking forward to the internet historians like a decade from now to really just encapsulate this in this period of time, just to really because
Rip these movies apart.
it's one of those things that like like being in disbelief about something happening.
Yeah.
And I still feel that way, even though I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I still feel that way, that it's like this should have been impossible. The way that things ended out.
Yeah.
There's no way this should have happened. And
It
it
should
did.
not
so-
have been
it's so
possible.
not good.
It should not have been possible to greenlight a Star Wars trilogy without a roadmap.
Which is insane because of the fact that The Mandalorian was so good. It was
haven't seen it
so
still.
dope. It
I've
was
heard
just,
it's good though.
It was just a good watch, and it's like fuck this way smaller budget, less depth character did so much better than
guarantee
this
you.
huge series that has all this money about the mainstay part of the universe. It just
I guarantee you, if Jon Favreau directed the movies, it
would've
probably
been-
would have turned out a hell of a lot
it
better.
would have been pretty dope.
Maybe, yeah.
I imagine. I like the stuff he puts out.
I think Favreau should direct he should be directing the Spider-Man movies. I think that'd be really good.
That'd be cool.
I think it'd be really good.
I like his chemistry with
because it'd be
Holland.
it'd be really human Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least we finally got to it, which means we don't have to talk about Star Wars ever again. We probably won't have to because it looks like they're taking a bit of a hiatus.
A needed break.
A much needed break. But yeah, that was our show. God, what the fuck was that mess?
It was a nightmare.
Hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks again to everybody who supports us over at patreon.com/the Snark Tank. Starting with our $10 patrons, the producers on the tier list. We got Aetherian, Alex Jones, all
Thanks,
hands, all hands on Dick.
Love it.
Nice.
Love it. I was thinking about that the other day, actually.
Hands on
The
Dick?
name, yeah.
That's a really
I was
good
thinking
name,
about that the other
honestly.
day.
All 4 of them.
Artie the One Man Party, Bologna, Brendan Peavy, Corey McNutty, Daddy Zach, Dangle Blampy, Elazar Nunez, Eric Pfeiffer, Jenny.
Jenny.
Jenny. I love you, Jenny.
Why do
Jenny
you have
Haggard,
age, Jenny?
Idoxicated, Jacob Arnston, Jay Phillips, Jose Harach. It's HORRACH. Joshua Millard, Karsten. God help you.
Is that real?
Karsten Roth, King of Haphazard, Luca Abella, Red Omega, Richter 86, Roshanish, Rusty Cunts.
Yes.
That's pretty good. They got a good laugh out of us.
Rusty
Ryan, Sherlock 93, Sunny Chance, Tharaj, that's I'm not even gonna bother with that.
So thank you, though.
Tharja IBW, fuck you.
What is that, Jenny?
Jenny, why is this a fake wee here, Jenny? What is this for, Jenny?
The Cosmic Hippie, the Dreamer in a Shadow, the Invisible fucking Skeptic, what? The Spectre Angel,
Thank you guys so much.
overwhelming.
and Toby Shootman, and Triple Question Mark. Thank you all. That's a lot of people.
That's
Yeah,
fucking like,
yeah.
I was like blown away. I was
Yeah,
like, he's still going.
It's growing, man.
Yeah,
it just
dude.
keeps growing. There's some that I'm probably not even getting to because this is like slightly outdated list. This is from this morning. So thank you all for your support. It's insane.
Yeah,
Wow.
We'll keep this going as long as you keep listening. Remember to rate us on iTunes if you can. That helps us out.
Please.
Leave us a nice review.
Please do it,
share if
Jenny.
you want, or if you don't, doesn't matter. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.
thank y'all. Bye.
Jenny.
This episode will have spoilers for the new Star Wars movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it. And if you have, I guess that's all the info you need, I guess.